What's up, guys? What's up, Gavin?
Suddenly she fell on her face.
This hotel is so cute. How did you find it?
Oh, yeah. A friend recommended it to me. I just want to say thank you again. You did such a great job today, Barbara. Really. It was your passion for the way we revitalized Blue Valley that convinced him to approve the sale. I
You
couldn't
know
have done
she's
it without
married,
you.
right?
Well, look, thank you again, Barbara. But if you please excuse me, I promised to go and pay that friend of mine a visit. But please stay, have some dessert. I've asked him to send the bill to my room.
Thank you, Jordan.
And see you in the morning.
That's not good. Who else got in a car accident? Hi, Pat. How's everything?
Everyone's okay, Barbara, but
What is it?
there's been an accident. Hey,
Pat,
I called your mom. She's gonna be home later tonight.
what'd you tell her?
I told her we were in a car accident. Scared the hell out of her. But she knows you're gonna be okay.
What happened to you?
I told the hospital it was an accident too. And if there was an accident, there needed to be a report. In case anybody started asking too many questions, so I drove the Buick into a light post.
Buick?
Yeah.
You love that car.
Yeah, well, forget about the car, okay? Here's what's gonna happen now. I'm taking you home, and you're gonna get some rest. Tomorrow, I'm gonna find out what I can about Cindy Berman and her family. She went after you for a reason, and with abilities like that, clearly she's connected to the ISA. Most likely someone's daughter. I wanna know whose.
I know it was stupid for me to go off alone. But this could be the break we needed to figure out who was in the ISA.
Court, nothing's worth you getting hurt like this. Do you understand that? We need to be honest.
I know. I'm really sorry.
I mean with your mother. We can't keep lying to her, Courtney.
If we tell her right now, she won't let us do this anymore.
Court, the world can think that a car wreck put you in here, but your mom, she deserves to know the truth.
I hate lying to her too. I do, but we'll tell her everything after we stop the ISA. Once it's safe in Blue Valley.
Who's the adult?
I'll rest. I'll get better. I won't go off alone anymore, but please don't tell her, Pat. Not yet. She'll take this away from me.
Yeah, because you're a kid.
I did it, Dad.
What's that, Cynthia?
What no one else in the Injustice Society could do. I found Stargirl.
I know. And you didn't alert me. Is she dead?
Yeah, probably. probably.
That is a yes or no question. Love the answer. She's alive. I sent drones to retrieve the body. It was gone.
I beat her. Okay? There's someone else that I couldn't see him.
What's up, guys?
A new member of the Justice Society, I'd imagine.
Kevin, so where's the
Stargirl
popcorn?
isn't the only one dealing with.
You all know me way too well. That's scary.
You put on your graduation uniform without my approval. You took my staff and you went out, risking exposure, jeopardizing us all. And for what?
I heard her, and
Oh, I don't doubt it. You are so good at hurting things.
Stop bringing up Mom.
I didn't.
Don't passive aggressive me. I proved myself.
The fact that Stargirl is still alive says the opposite.
Talking to your
If you would just listen to me.
I'm done listening. And now, instead of focusing on my important work here, I'm forced to explain my daughter's ill-considered actions to the others. Truthfully, they might never give you a seat at the table now.
I didn't do anything wrong.
She was in the tunnels, Cynthia, and you left her alive. Return home and do nothing until I call for you. Do you understand? Do not make me remove my hood.
Do it!
What the hell are we doing just standing here? Cindy Berman sent Courtney to the emergency room tonight. She tried to kill her.
So what should we do?
We break Cindy Berman's door down and we take the bitch out.
No. Cindy has
Drop.
powers.
So do we.
Cindy Berman having powers means that her dad or her mom could be part of the Injustice Society.
Great. Let's hope so.
Hey, we have no idea what we'd be walking into or who we'd be up against. There's a smarter approach to this.
An eye for an eye is how it works.
Listen, Rick, I'm mad too. But you just need to sit down and cool off.
Or what? What are you gonna do? Stare at me?
You hurt so much you want to hurt everyone else. Is that it, Rick?
Almost summer Donna.
I care about Courtney. About both of you. About everyone in Blue Valley. But we should be trying to figure out who Cindy's parents are before we act. I think Beth's right.
That would be a good idea.
Okay.
Go right across the street by yourself.
So what do you want to do?
I've got a plan. A good one.
Okay. So, I just gotta say this though. I love the show. It's great, but all these kids, somebody's got to wrangle up these kids. It don't work
We
that
didn't
way.
seem to have a problem when the parents were missing for Stranger Things.
No, but it's all these kids are like yelling at the adults, telling them what they're gonna do and what they're not gonna do.
No, she didn't say what he's gonna do. She just said she knew if she told her mom, she would take that away from her. So she's just like, can you hold off a little bit? He never said yes or no. He just said pretty much you need to get home and chill and relax. Excuse me, sorry, I have salsa in my throat.
Yeah, but plus it's Luke Wilson, so Luke Wilson never comes across as like a strong, authoritative. He's always going to be a pushover. Even in Idiocracy, like
He wasn't sure.
he was not sure. Oh, there she is.
Just because you lost 10 pounds.
Brie
of weight
Larson.
doesn't mean you gotta drill. Did you see that he got
The scourge of YouTube.
Did you see that he's got fireworks marks on his little ascot.
Nice. The bane of every YouTuber. Got a video coming out about that.
Michael Castillo said, hello, everyone.
What's
Yoga
up?
Rod says, oh, it's Stargirl. I thought it was Supergirl. The Truth 31 says, hey, guys, hope you had a great 4th of July weekend.
We did. I hope you did as well.
Kavari said, other great episode from the Jeff Johns, proving that he's a professional producer and executive. And
No, it doesn't.
And all his projects include Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman 84, Aquaman, unlike you-know-who.
It's getting old. Look, Jeff Johns, no. Jeff.
Stop.
We get it, man. But
What else do you think's going to happen in the episode?
Jeff Johns didn't create all those other characters. What's that?
I said, what else do you think is going to happen in this episode? It's already starting off interesting.
I don't know.
Oh, Gavin says the episode does get better. Thank you, Gavin. And you need to stop drilling on me, mister.
Yeah, no, you know, the dialogue is just that of, you know, I don't know. But you could say Jeff Johns did such a great job that they took it away from him and now they're giving it to Greg Berlanti. Because next season it's going to be a CW exclusive. It's not even going to be on...
Michael Castillo said, I see trouble for this show in the future. It's moving to the CW network, which I'll have more episodes and less money invested into each episode. And then Truth 31 said, Kavari, ... Are you Jeff Johns, LOL?
I'm starting to think so. We're back.
Hey, Henry.
Aw.
Hey, Court.
Mike?
I, made some Pizza Palooza bites. If you want any. Last one's in the box. A little greasy.
Wow, you never give a Pizza Palooza bites.
Yeah. I know. Listen, I'm really sorry.
For what? You weren't driving the car?
About what I said at the game. How Pat was my dad and not yours. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said it.
I already forgot about it.
Just, you guys have been spending so much time together. And I always tell him I don't want to. But he's my dad, you know? And I don't really have to share him with anyone.
I get it.
I'm also kind of glad that he's your dad too, because that makes you my sister, and that's pretty cool.
Aw. Less
Thanks,
fruit punchy.
He's the step bro.
Just become best friends.
Something like that. Yep. As long as he doesn't come home and she's like stuck in the dishwasher or something like that.
Poor guy doesn't even respond to him.
Okay, so we need to talk. Or I do, I guess. Look, look, I know in the past we've had our differences and haven't always seen eye to eye on everything. At times, you know, it seemed, well, you didn't even really respect me all that much. And as long as I'm speaking honestly, I felt that you were pretty impulsive and reckless. But the thing is, when you came into Starman's life, he was already an adult, right? Sylvester had been running around as the Star-Spangled Kid for years. He had experience. Sylvester knew what to expect. Courtney's got a lot to learn. I know you want justice for Sylvester, and I do too. But Courtney could have died tonight. And I'm asking you to protect her. If it gets to be too much, take her away from the danger instead of towards it. Can you hear me? If you understand me, just do something. Do one of your, you know, just.
Hello?
That sounds gonna be talking to a stick,
Gonna
Pat.
blow or something
That's
and walks
great.
away.
You're losing it, Pat. You really are.
I thought you weren't gonna actually let her drive yet.
I know I wasn't. It's just when we left the game, I thought, you know, well, why not just.
Her first time behind the wheel at night?
That was obviously just a bad idea. I'm sorry.
How's Mike?
Mike's okay. He stayed at the game and then got a ride home with a friend. He's fine. Barb, I need to talk to you about something else.
Can we do that in the morning? I'm just really exhausted from that trip to Oakville and back.
No.
Can I get you anything?
No,
Stuff
I'm
that
good.
doesn't happen.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Okay.
I told you that we really need to talk about something that was super important. It was more important than our daughter getting in a car accident. Would you look at me and go, "Oh, Enosh, can we wait till tomorrow morning?"
Totally.
I just that drive to that other town just outside of our town, it was so very tiring. I know you must have something that's very important. If it's on your mind instead of the fate of our daughter, and you getting all banged up in a car accident. But I just can't.
Which I didn't even ask how you were doing, by the way.
Oh, exactly. But I just can't bear myself to actually talk to you right now. Like, what the heck? Not even a kiss goodnight? Nothing? Who are these people? If I were her, I'd be worried that he was getting with the daughter because she obviously ain't doing. I'm sorry. That was just.
We don't have to watch the show.
No, I like the show. Look, can I be funny about the show still?
Prefacing that.
Can I be funny about the show? Hey, I like a lot of stuff. I like the Christopher Reeve Superman movies too, and I can still tease on them. What's everybody saying?
Just worry.
Kavari. You came, you
Gavin
gave.
says, do you want me to mention something about Cindy's dad?
Well, I mean, it's just us here. These guys got a haircut.
Where he actually looks smaller than her and he's older than her.
That's crazy.
By 2 years.
When he gets cut like that, you can see the white come through.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's gray. He looks like he's older.
He's a little man.
He acts like a little puppy.
Well, he was
Well, because it's 90 degrees outside and he finally
Yeah.
got some short hairs. After all this time. Huh, puppy? Oh, good boy.
Gavin says you get his true identity in this episode.
Nice.
Do we get to see Serpentor?
Serpentor, I love that. Turns out,
Well, I saw
it's a
his
crossover with the old show V. You remember, you know what? I forgot they actually brought that show back. You remember when they brought that show back? I wonder if that's on DVD.
Let's see.
What's V? Oh my gosh, does anybody know what V is? Come on, you guys gotta know what V is. V was a 1980s sitcom. It was like the first big thing that Robert Englund was in. It was a show about aliens that came. It was basically almost the, well, no, I don't want to say that.
Sounds similar, or like.
So basically these aliens all it starts off like Independence Day, where these big circular ships all appear all over around the world, and then these people come out and they're all humans, but they all have these uniforms with this insignia that's like almost reminiscent of like Nazis, right? And so they say
Gavin
that
says, "Where's Isaac tonight?"
they're on vacation.
With their dad.
Yeah, and so the aliens come down, and so the thing is that like, they set up all this stuff, and like they say that they come in peace and all this stuff. Turns out they're lizard people, and they rip their face off, and it was like the big reveal.
That sounds like a South Park episode.
It was a mini series. It was like a 5-day mini series because back in the 80s they would do 5-day mini series events.
Yeah, because I remember they did that one of
The Stand.
one called The 100.
Yeah, there was like but like in the 80s, man, there was all kinds of stuff like that. And so that was one of the first things that Robert Englund was ever in, and they was popular in.
Never
And
saw
so,
V, never saw V is for Vendetta.
well, yeah, that was a good movie too. But so it was a 5-day thing, and then they did a follow-up, another one, and then they did a TV show, but they did a newer show just a few years ago. It was like right after Lost went off the air. I just forgot about that until now. Talking about lizard people.
What about bad guys?
Hello, Mr. Riley.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Jordan McKent. I've been waiting for you.
Keep waiting.
I hear you've done quite well for yourself over at Firebrand Chemical. You've been promoted 4 times in the last 7 years. Vice President of Acquisitions. And there's a far cry from managing waste disposal for Bannerman.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want a country free of companies like Bannerman. Who poison water supplies. Who bulldoze over a dump site and then watch as a public school gets built on top of it. Who deny any wrongdoing even when members of those communities get sick and die. Like a school teacher who loved her students as much as she loved her own son. Her name was Christine McKent.
I had nothing to do with that.
You did. You may not have given the orders or gotten rich off the soaring stock prices like your superiors. But you didn't blow the whistle. And you could have saved so many lives. Including your own.
been digging these chairs lately. Shiny, happy people holding hands.
What's up, Dan Murphy?
What's up, Dan?
You think this will work?
It better. Well, what work? What are you two doing?
We're just keeping eyes on Cindy, but she's not home.
So while we were here, we came up with a plan.
Where's Beth? Let's go. You can't be up here. We gotta go. Come on.
Can I help you? I'm a classmate of Cindy's. She invited me over to teach me some cheerleading moves. I really hope to join the squad. Eventually. I need lessons. Well, Cindy's not home right now.
Okay. Well,
Who are you?
I'm her dad.
I'm
Stepdad.
adopted.
Well, when I married her mom, I adopted her, my angel. And I thought when I dropped her off today, I'd go ahead and take the opportunity to introduce myself. So, hi.
Hi. I'm Bobby Berman. Won't you please come in?
Oh, thank you.
The True 31 says the cultured nerd are teasing something big about Ezra Miller's Flash film. I hate them, lol. And Dave said, what up?
What up, Dave? Which
Just
Dave?
for a sec,
Which Dave?
It just says Dave. It just says D-A-V-E. I need to grab my glasses because I can't see right now.
Yep, and I don't have another device. Unless you bring me... Hey, can you bring me the iPad? I can't see all of your wonderful comments because my other phone's dead. And I was trying to rig a camera because I like the new format that we're using StreamYard for the live videos, you know, for the streaming videos. And I've got an HD camera, but I got to get it to plug into my laptop. Excuse me, because when I use the laptop, it's older and the camera on it isn't as it's not HD. It only goes to 720, and it doesn't look very good. Excuse me, and I want the videos to look good, so I'd rather do extra editing than I mean, it's easier to do it the other way because it's all within the program, and I can do it live. But I'd rather the videos look good. Either that, or I can make the ones like the Batman video I made yesterday, where it's just the audio. But we'll see. Lots of fun, cool stuff. So, for you Star Wars fans, you may not know this, but we did a video on it a couple of months ago. There is a guy named Darth Angelus who is making an animated Heir to the Empire series. So he's doing them chapter by chapter, and he's up to like chapter 6 now. And so we did a reaction video to the first chapter of Heir to the Empire because he's actually doing the animation for Heir to the Empire. And he told me today that we were some of the inspiration. He was just going to do the one, but he told me that we are the inspiration for one of the inspirations for him continuing. And so I'm going to interview him this week on Friday, Darth Angelus, who's doing Heir to the Empire stuff. And so that's pretty exciting. So if you haven't watched that already, man, there's 6 episodes, and so far it's so good. And he is continuing to just do phenomenal with that series. Dude, I don't think that trench movie is ever gonna actually happen. I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And Batgirl ain't no further along at this point, man. Jeff Johns is also on his way out, dude.
Cora? Hey.
Hi.
One of your friends is here to see you if you're up for it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Come on in.
Bad girl.
Hey, new girl.
Cindy. Hi.
I heard about the crash. I thought I should just check in. All right. You girls have fun. Nice fruit, by the way. If you don't mind, thrift store chic. Quaint. Look, I, don't really do this, like, ever, but I owe you an apology
So Dave, which Dave are you?
for what happened yesterday. It was just one of those days.
Got a
now,
couple of Daves.
You probably have all the time.
And when you shorten it to just
I just
Dave,
feel like the world's against you. Henry was being super weird, and my dad just extra awful, and Jenny just so ungrateful. And then Cameron asked you to the dance, and you were bailing on me too, and I was like, how is this even possible? Anyway, I overreacted, and I'm sorry.
oh, Dave Martinez.
How about weeks? Fake books? What?
What the hell's going on?
Would you like a cookie? Sure.
She loves cookies. I'm okay, thank you.
These are delicious.
We've really got a beautiful house here, Bobby.
Thank you. What do you do for a living, Pat?
Well, I'm
He's
a
a
mechanic.
director.
You need to watch this video.
Well, they call me the car doctor, but what do you do? What about you?
I'm a mother, homemaker. I used to do other things, but there's
Now I'm
nothing
married
as
to a lizard
important
woman.
as raising a child.
Oh, tell me about it.
May I trouble you for a glass of water? Of course. Can I get anything now?
No, thank you.
A clone of the original mother? That would make sense.
Yeah.
Take a look and let's go. Hurry.
She treated her like crap.
Pat Dugan is 14 pounds heavier than my last interaction with him.
What's he saying?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, hi again. What is that you're wearing? Oh, these? Oh, my vision is bad. Beyond LASIK bad. So sometimes I wear these.
She's actually as blind as a bat. I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, she can't see a thing.
Identity and origin unknown.
Can I use your bathroom? This water just went right through me.
You know what? She's okay. I think you can wait till we
I won't make it, Daddy-o.
Make it?
No, these are brand new pants. So, you know, girls. Right this way. Everyone, here she is.
We gotta get out of here.
Just keep her busy while I find something I can use.
Right now.
That's the first door on the left. Thank you.
I'm scanning the home for any clues
Yeah,
as
this
to
is
who
the
these
picture
people
on
are.
Cindy's bedroom mirror. Her dad.
Have a cookie and sit.
Yeah.
Let's get to know one another.
Not much to tell. I've got the little one. It's surprisingly sparse for a family home.
Beth, what's happening?
Find anything?
Negative. Even Chuck can't identify her mom.
What about her dad?
I don't think he's home. I'm gonna try and find a picture of him. Wait, Chuck found something weird. There's a keypad by the basement door.
It says 1999 was the keypad. Was that the year that they were born? Since they're so freaking young. Sorry. Since she doesn't look like she's 18.
Boy, do I have videos to make after this thing, I tell you what.
Thank you, Dave. And Dan says 1999 was the year Stargirl appeared into DC Comics. They'd be like, oh.
She is hot. I tell you what, I hit the jackpot with this one. She looks like that, and she's as nerdy as me. Come on, she's nerdy enough that like all my friends who are on the Poindexter Council, like they respect her because she comes in there and like says stuff about comic books and all this stuff nerdy and everything that she knows, and like they're all like, I gotta go now because my wife is telling me to stop. And she's on the council. Come on. I didn't just put her on the council because she's my wife.
Well, they were talking on the council this weekend about Zatanna, and I'm like, oh, you mean this figure I have on my shelf?
Mm-hmm. That's right, because she's got her own toys. Like, you guys see all my toys and everything in the background of the videos and stuff. Our bedroom is where she keeps all her toys, and that's not like a joke. That sounded like a joke.
It sounded dirtier than it was?
Yes. You know, she's got all of her action figures and
because I don't have an office yet.
yeah, because she doesn't. Because all the rooms in our house are taken by kids right now. But one day, when those kids start piling out of here, she'll have her own office with all of her own toys.
Well, I already kind of have my own, but it's not an office. I have my own tool bench that I made, and I have my section because I actually bought something because I have a project I'm starting this weekend.
Oh yeah?
For Isaac's graduation party.
Somebody said that you should start your own.
Lightcast.
I know, they said you should start your own YouTube channel. You guys would subscribe to that, right? I mean, as long as you had good content. I wouldn't expect you to just subscribe to it. I mean, it could suck.
They're showing up for my content.
I'll subscribe to it
Only
if
'cause
she
you
starts
have to.
if she starts one because I am her husband. If it's any good, I'll tell you guys about it. Maybe we'll do a collab or something. Fair enough?
Maybe if I'm good enough, I'll get 10,000 subscribers.
What? You'll probably hit like 100,000 subscribers and get a freaking silver button or whatever it is, platinum button or whatever.
Button?
Button, whatever
It's a
that
button.
thing is. Well, you know, when you hit 100,000 subscribers, you get this
Oh, I know
like,
what that is.
platinum button. I want one of those. That'd be awesome to put in the house. Feel like we accomplished something.
Why is he so angry?
You gotta love local attorney commercials.
Is it because he's manly?
We were just talking about this at church the other day, about the Manleys. Looked like the guy from church. And they just stand there and look like so angry.
Come on,
It's
you're
this
in front
law.
of
It's this law office
You're in
locally.
front of the Capitol Theater. Why would you be angry?
I don't know, but they say that they're sharks, but they're just like. We're sharks in the courtroom.
Well, when your last name's Manley and your company's called Manley and Manley, apparently they think being a DB is a good thing.
Well, I told you, I know a guy whose first name is Manley, and that guy's last name is Manley. So if that was his son, it would be Manly Manley. That's a manly name right there. Middle name Guy, Manly Guy Manley.
Kevin says they should respect her even if she was not a nerd anyway.
Oh, they do. They do. It's funny that you bring this up because my buddy last night we were playing softball, and Josh, Jordan's brother, made the comment. He says it's so hot out here. It's as hot as my wife. Now you took it away from us. None of us can say it's hot outside now. Without us thinking that we're saying that your wife is hot. So every time we go in and out, I say, hey, pretty hot outside.
You know what I realized from yesterday? We're not that different, you and me. In fact, we're kind of similar.
How do you mean?
I don't know. Our dads, stuff. I think if things were a little different, you'd be a lot more like me, actually.
Or you like me?
Sure, maybe. The point is, I really need a friend right now.
She's got to know, right? Like, if she doesn't know, they're both stupid.
People don't know that Clark Kent is Superman because of a pair of glasses.
Yeah, but how many other girls got that long curly hair and look like a chipmunk?
What's her face who played Batgirl who has a short shaved haircut? She puts on a red wig because...
Well, yeah, and she looks totally different. But Stargirl don't look no different. She's the same size, little tiny mask. Just saying. Jeff Johns, I think, made some mistakes there.
Anybody? Beth. Well, that's my calorie count for the day. I should go.
Well, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
She looks like she's about 12.
Sorry. I forgot to mention. I really like your staff, Stargirl. You think after all this time we spent together, I wouldn't recognize you through that stupid mask? Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. I don't want to share it with my dad and get sidelined, so... Better rest up, Stargirl. I'll be back. After I kill your friends. Should one of us go and check on them?
I think she said this episode is good also.
Oh my god, it's Courtney. Cindy knows she's Stargirl.
Gonna go grab the staff. Gonna go save my friends. Jeff Johns wrote us into a loophole. Sorry, the way she moves and stuff, she reminds me of the old cartoon Fat Albert. She reminds me of one of the Cosby Kids.
Cindy's home and she knows Courtney's Stargirl. I'm going upstairs.
I advise against going in there, Beth.
Well, I gotta do something.
Picture on Cindy's bedroom mirror.
Yolanda, I'm upstairs.
Beth, you're ready to get out of there right now.
Not until I find something that can help us. Wow. She really likes taking pictures of herself.
Beth, it's time to go. Cindy's at the front door. What do we do?
problem. Dealt with a lot of disposal mishaps in my time. My son once actually put a Nerf football down ours, and we had to replace the whole unit.
You miss it? Oh, there it is.
John, who is he?
His name is Dr. Shiro Ito, a controversial scientist and member of the Japanese military throughout the 30s and 40s, creator of conventional and biological weapons, the most destructive of which were the Vasily bombs, which spread plagues throughout China in 1932 and 1933.
What else?
He was tried for war crimes and executed on March 13th, 1947.
Oh, good
What's
idea.
Cindy's connection to a dead war criminal?
Mom! When's dinner?
Yolanda! Come on! Oh, here comes Seattle. We're falling.
Got you.
So here's a question. If his power runs out, can he just click the thing again? Oh, for 24 hours, yeah. And you really got to time that stuff right.
Just a few more twists of the old wrench. Well, this ought to do it. It all looks good from here.
It certainly does.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, that ought to do it. There we go.
You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, and hopefully if something else goes wrong, your husband can take care of it, whoever he is. Good luck with the disposal. I gotta get going, so pardon me.
But your daughter?
Oh, she had to leave when you got me that socket wrench. She had to go for an eye appointment, poor kid.
I should really give you something for the repair.
You know, your hospitality's been more than enough. You take care now, Bobby.
Hello.
Pat, Cindy knows Courtney's Stargirl.
What?
Mr. Dugan, I found this.
You found this in there?
Yeah, he's a war criminal.
Yeah, I know that. I'm starting to think you guys are bad luck. Hey, you can't go around dressed like that. Come on, we gotta get out of here. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Isaac said, I thought it was interesting that the goggles couldn't identify the stepmom. That means she's not even a clone of somebody else.
Yeah, and maybe unless it just can't pick up on her because she's a clone.
That was my thought, was just the fact that they keep alluding to something happened to her mom because the dad and her keep bringing it up. He's like, quit talking about mom. He's like, I didn't say that. Like, that something happened where she messed it up, hurt her, killed her, something. And to me, if he is trying to make a regular life since he's got that underground stuff going on, that would be the mother figure to take care of her while he's doing his bad guy stuff.
Yeah, Gavin, that's her dad. Because that's the point, because like he was around in the 1930s and 40s, but he's that, you know.
But if he did
he's
all
lizard
that,
dude.
well, if he did all that stuff, it probably came back on him and affected him. He screwed up.
Now you done messed up.
Isaac said, I think it is her dad.
I think so too.
Well, the eyes even look similar, only they're just not lizardy under that cape paint mask. It just looks like those red things from Star Wars, the bad guys, and like the Foot Clan had a kid. That's what his dad looks like with the way that knapsack comes over his face. It's not necessarily a mask.
Hey, what?
The Imperial Guards, the straight red things from Star Wars.
Oh, but
And
those
then
are helmets.
And
Those
then
are
the
helmets.
Foot Clan, I know, because that one's more cloth, but
The Foot Clan. From Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Because they had those things over their face. With the foot.
With the foot.
That's how you knew they were the foot clip.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac says, if Cindy is an alchemist, that means her dad could have taught her, and he could have done that to himself to make himself look like that.
Probably. Well, that's my guess, is he turned himself into something. But I wonder...
Or he was doing science stuff and something happened and he turned into a lizard.
Maybe. But I'm also thinking that like, what was it we were talking about before? We're like, we don't think that she's that young.
You were saying that you thought that she was older. That she's hiding, like, that she's like a teenager. She's older.
Come on. We have to help the JSA.
Nope.
Hey!
Promised Pat.
What's wrong with you? Pat and the others are in trouble. What was that?
That's why the next episode's called Brainwave. Something. Yeah. I think all of their houses are connected to that underground layer. No, that's his dad's stuff.
VHSs.
Different days.
That's a better idea, Isaac.
The heck?
There you go.
Dear Dr. King, I appreciate you agreeing to my proposal. My daughter Cindy will watch your son well. Cindy's very good at watching things. I'll alert you to any changes, and again, thank you for the opportunity. With respect, Dr. Shiv.
Well, that proved right there that
Isaac said, or maybe he changed himself so that people couldn't identify him, and in doing so, it made him look like he does now since he was born with them.
Someone's been injured.
room looks exactly the same layout as Stargirl's room.
Yep.
It's almost like they used the same set. Ouch!
What did you do to my friends? Nothing yet.
feeling that he might. Book Clan Ninja Turtles.
What'd you do with Cindy? Where is she?
Henry? Oh my god. He's dead. Like his dad, brainwave.
What's happening to me?
What do I say? How do I explain?
Where is Cindy?
Cindy, where is Cindy? Cindy knows who I am.
Courtney?
She knows about the JSA.
JSA?
No, she's reading my thoughts. What do I do?
That's weird and crazy and cool.
I have to get away.
My daughter was wrong. He does have his father's powers.
The CW Happy Hour is coming up next.
Right now, we need every advantage we can get. We need Henry. She thinks your soul is with Cindy. I know it isn't. Deep down, you want to do the right thing.
Get out of here.
Stargirl, new hit series next Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be awkward if he turns good.
Well, it's going to be awkward in a couple different ways because the bad girl is dating him and it's apparently just watching him per her dad's orders.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used to date the chick who looks like Black Panther. Forgot her name.
Yeah, I think her name now.
She does the same thing as Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
But she used to date him, and she had all this animosity towards him, which you can tell when she's like, she thinks you're worth saving. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to come out that he didn't do it, that Cindy did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're all gonna be okay.
Maybe not even, maybe they'll get past it, and maybe they'll forgive each other or something, but I don't know if they'll actually like, oh, we're okay now. But it is high
Well,
school.
no, because
so
then
who
they'll want
knows?
to date.
Who knows, it's high school. Isaac said, yeah, I think he will once he learns more about the ISA and their motives. Once he sees why Courtney is making a new JSA, I think he'll be joining at the end of this season or the first half of next.
So what happens when his dad comes out of the coma? He has to fight his dad?
Well, he's going to realize all the bad that he did, and he's like, you did it for all the wrong reasons, I'm doing it for the right reasons. That's how the fight's going to go.
You were reading brains for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Dan Murphy said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with a laughing face. Dave said, oh my, LOL. Gavin Harwood says, Yolanda, that's who I was thinking of. Thank you. And Caleb says, hey.
Hey. What's up, Caleb?
How you doing?
How you doing? All right, let's talk about this episode. We'll bring the camera over here. We're gonna talk to you fine people.
Gonna finagle around the sleeping dogs.
I know, right? Okay.
Smells so good. Wookiee's butt looks so tiny. Because it's not full of hair.
It sounded like you said Wookiee's butt lick so tiny.
Looks. Isaac said, I think Henry will be on the ISA's side out of anger, and then when he sees why the JSA is good, he'll turn and be one of the main points of taking down the ISA.
Good point. All right. Hey, hot stuff. Come sit closer. Come
Always
sit.
put it in the middle.
Well, yes, come sit closer to me, my love.
Move, dogs. Move your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's you and me on
Dave
the couch.
said nice Jesus piece.
Nice Jesus piece.
Gavin says, or do you think Cindy could go good and turn on her father to prove a point?
I guess, what if they all end up starting a new GSA? That's very possible.
The bad guys going against their parents to be good just to prove a point, and then realizing that it's the better side.
I think that's actually probably a real possibility.
It's probable.
Yeah, I think that's a...
Caleb says, oh, what if Brainwave Jr. has to fight Brainwave Sr. in a massive mental battle? Like they go deep into the mind like Inception and have to battle it out.
Ooh.
And Isaac said, I think Cindy could sacrifice herself and that turns Henry good.
Possibly.
She's got a lot to prove. She's got a lot that she's fighting with. She obviously did something to her real mom. She's fighting for the approval and affection of her father.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to live a normal life that is so not normal. She's literally fighting for his affection when she's like putting on an outfit and going to fight because he took her codes away in the secret rooms in the house in the basement dungeon thinger. There's a lot going on in that house. There's a lot going on.
I would love to hear you say that again. Took her codes away. The basement dungeon thinger. Alright. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I like this episode. It was a real good episode. We finally got to see Cindy's dad.
Before he turned into a lizard.
Before he turned into a lizard. And he made the
probably
line,
looks
"Don't
like
make me take off my hood."
And I said I sounded like Emperor was.
Do it. It was just me. There's a lot of double entendres in this episode.
And what is up with the mom? She's like, I don't know. She's barely around.
She's rubbing her foot in the...
She's barely around, and then she's like, oh, hey, your nemesis is here. Want to hang out? Pay attention to your daughter. Not, oh, you drove at night? Hope you feel better. Oh, my husband.
Oh, that?
You bruised your face?
Wrong mom, sorry.
Sorry, I can't talk right now. It's like the fake mom, Cindy's fake mom is showing more affection than
it's weird.
Her real mom. I don't know.
Yeah, Amy Smart. Like, I like Amy Smart, but I don't understand. I still don't understand that whole scene. It's like you think your daughter got in a car accident and had to go to the ER, and you like barely talk to her for a minute, and then you walk out and your husband's there and he's all beat up too, and he's like, I have something we need to talk about.
And they never talked.
And they never talked. We never saw him again.
Well, he was trying to help get the kids safely out of Cindy's house.
Yeah, I know.
But now
but
they
like
all
I said,
know that she knows that who she is.
First of all, if any of our kids got into a car accident, we wouldn't be hitting the hay early. That would not be the night that you go, oh, I'm so tired, so exhausted.
Give me a Vicodin, let's talk.
I'll talk to you in the morning. I know you've been through a traumatic experience and you got in a car accident and everything and you all are hurting. But no, and hey, we did learn, one good thing did come out of this episode tonight. I mean, there's some good things, but one of the good things that came out of this episode was the stepbrother gave her his pizza rolls.
The good ones too.
The good ones at the bottom of the bag, the extra greasy.
He was less throat punchy today.
He sure was. He was being stepbrothery. Have you heard? You know.
Gavin says, "Is Cindy's father's real identity in the comics or someone they just made up for the show?"
That's a good question. What was his name? I think that it's
the face.
No, I think that that's who he is. I don't think they just made up a. I'm pretty sure that they didn't just make up. What's his name though again?
Isaac or Caleb?
Injustice.
Or Gavin?
Yeah, really.
ISA.
Injustice Society.
So, Dave says, I want to get the Last Supper on my chest. He says, I got like 13 Jesus pieces in my room. He must mean like, we have
like the
like
cross
the crosses.
back there?
Yeah, because the cross that we have back there is, it's the cross in front of musical notes.
Yes. Oh, you know what's cool? I didn't even show you this. I don't know if you saw my review of the Azrael action figure that I just got.
I saw that you had posted it, but I was at work today and I had a lot going.
So his sword, like for the toy, it has flame that can go over the sword. It's removable, but it's got like this translucent flame that goes over it. But on the hilt of the sword right here, there's a crucifix on both sides.
Well, because that's real.
I know, but it's just kind of cool. Like that action figure. Seriously, if you haven't seen my review yet, you should watch that review because that is the most detail I've ever seen on a toy. Like that thing, the colors, because they literally have like lighter red on darker red on a dark red or dark red black swirl, and then they've got like all kinds.
Sounds like ice cream when you say that.
It is like super sculpted. It's got super like just different like little things added to it that like an action figure normally just wouldn't have.
I remember
just on its
seeing
own.
the figure itself before you reviewed it, but
It's just kind of crazy like how detailed that action figure is. It's really and then it's got these tassel things on it that it's like a leatherette that they've glued on top of the plastic post. So the post comes out of his shoulder, and then they've like attached it there, and so it looks all one piece because I couldn't figure out if it was plastic or leather, kind of stuff. And
leather?
It's like a pleathery kind of thing, but it's more leather feeling.
So, Caleb says, I think there's more to Cindy's mom's death than meets the eye. Like her dad said, Cindy accidentally killed her mom.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's the truth or if it's from a certain point of view kind of thing.
So that's the Dragon King, right? Yeah, Dragon King.
Isaac said, I think they'll tell the mom everything right before the final battle, and we'll think Pat is dying at the end, and that could be the cliffhanger for the season. And when they have that talk, they'll reveal who Stargirl's dad is. So at the beginning of season 2, that's when Pat gets the gift Courtney has been holding on to her for her dad. That's what Isaac thinks. Truth 31 says Amy Smart is a really good actress, and it's strange that she's being wasted. Gavin says, I don't know it, sorry, was talking about the dad's name. Truth 31 says Luke Wilson is fantastic in the show, though. Dave says, I don't know why, but I really enjoyed the fireworks this year. I keep calling him Serpentor, so I don't know his real name.
Dr. Shiro Ito, or
Yeah.
Dragon King.
Which you can see the outline of the dragon on that mask that he wears.
Have you ever seen pictures of like the actual character?
I don't understand how like full my brain is today. Like watching a show like this is what I needed to unwind my brain today.
Can you just not? You need to go to sleep? We can't even finish this because you need to go to bed?
No, I'm not Amy Smart.
Okay.
I am smart, but I'm not Amy Smart.
You're not Amy Smart? Okay. So.
That'd be a cool tattoo.
So that's what he looks like in the comics.
Oh, I have seen that comic. Okay, what dog am I
So look how good they made him look.
They did really good.
I mean, they pretty much made him look
They
exact.
just made that dragon a little more like into the fabric to where it looked like you have to like search for it.
Yeah.
Versus it just like, hey, by the way, it's a yellow serpent.
But by the way. Okay, yeah, so this is Dr. Shiro Ito. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's pretty obvious that Dr. Ito, they drew him pretty racist back in the day. But I mean,
a little bit.
Racist by today's standards.
It would be taken down along with everything else.
Pretty much.
Dave said, are you third generation American? Maybe. Caleb says, oh, random thought. How cool would it be if Owen Wilson guest starred as Pat's brother, and he's an ex-superhero as well, and he has a completely different style of crime fighting than Pat? That'd be so Zoolander. And AXVY says, it's been so long since I joined this chat.
What's up, AXVY? Good to see you.
Unless it's Axby.
XV.
I don't know.
Dave, are you asking if we're third generation American? Because, man, let's see. I mean, mine goes back so far. Mine's much more than third. Because third would be what, my great grandma, and it goes way past my great grandma. It's like, cause my
I'm a mutt though.
yeah. Well, so am I. I mean, but like, yeah, but my family's got Irish, German, Indian, or Native American. What else? Irish, German, Native American.
I have all of the.
There might be a couple others.
I have all of the rough ones in my heritage. I have Native American as well because my grandmother, we found out, she would only tell us when she drank and played Penny Ante or Pinochle that she was an Indian princess, and we used to be like, okay, Grandma, because she was my great grandmother, and we just thought, oh, Grandma's just having a good time. No, come to find out, when she passed away, she was a 4th generation Indian princess. So we had that in our family. We have German as well on my mom's side, but I also have Scottish, and I also have my plaid for my family colors are actually U of M, which I love because I love those colors. But I also have Russian because my great grandmother, her father was in the Bolshevik Revolution, and they actually fled Russia to come to America. So 3 generations back, I have a mixture of German, Scottish, Russian, and Native American.
So what's funny is Dave says you have Irish hair. The funny thing is that I get my curly hair from my dad's side, and the Irish side is actually on my mom's side. Because that's her.
That
That's
does make
because my
sense.
grandpa, because the last name's Fee, and it was McPhee, but my dad's last name is Belcher. And so that is more, that side of my family,
Welsh?
that side of my family was, I think there's some Indian, because my grandmother on that side of the family, I believe, was Indian, or Native American, and I'm trying to think what else. And I think German. I think that's where I get some of my German from. I'd have to. Now you got me all wondering.
I get my anger from my German and my Scottish side.
The Scottish is crap!
Well, the one thing that I actually go back 17th centuries on my dad's side because they were, my maiden name is Austin, and the 17th century Miriams, which go back to England. So, and they changed it from like the 1300s down, through the times, but yeah, it's not good when I have Scottish, German, and Russian. Isaac said, I think it would be cool if we get a mix of the old JSA and the new JSA. Like the old JSA trains the members now, so they can then train new members like how they were taught, kind of like how Pat is now. But with the other surviving members, last week's show, it's not just Pat.
Yeah.
Isaac has some great ideas. I'm interested to see what comes to fruition. I got hiccups.
Yeah. Well, I think this episode, to talk about this episode,
It kind of delved in a little bit, and then it just kind of left it there, which makes you think.
I'm glad that the kids are starting to realize that like they can't just go off willy-nilly and just do whatever they want to do because they're going to end up getting
That's
killed.
why I thought it was cute when Pat's like, you can't just go walking around like Yolanda, and of course she like only does to cover herself, like,
You're going to get yourself
cover
killed.
your costume.
You're going to get yourself killed. You
Yeah.
don't know who you're taking on. You don't know who you're fighting. And I think that needed to be there because I think that was one of the things that was kind of bugging me about the show. Was it was just like, hey, we're kids and we can do
Yes,
anything.
yeah.
We're kids and we can just do anything. And those kind of shows just always kind of end up wearing thin on me because the reality is look, I love the show, but kids just, they're not going to take on like. And this is not an insult to the show, because I know somebody defended the show like about this, like I think thinking that I was being negative towards the show, and I'm not. But kids inexperienced kids, I should also mind you, inexperienced kids taking on a full-on ISA is not going to work.
Who
Because
took out the first JSA?
yeah, if they took out the JSA and killed them all, pretty much, some kids, you just can't get lucky like that. You know what I mean? Like that's not an interesting story. That's luck of the draw. I mean, even if they beat them, you just get lucky.
But it's going to show them because as soon as she showed Pat the picture of who her dad was, he's like, dude, this is bad news. Like, he knew exactly what it was, and that's where he was saying, you know, we've got to get ahead of this. We've got to train. No. So they're starting to realize the severity of it.
I'd like for them to make Pat a more grounded character who has more of an authority role instead of just being kind of a pushover for the kids. Because the kids, here's where it's classic. This is classic just TV that Jeff Johns does not have the corner on, the market cornered on, and that is bumbling dads who kind of bumble their way through everything and are not strong dad role models.
Strong man.
Well, no, just they don't have to be like super authoritative, but you know what I'm saying. No, not yet, strong man. But you know what I'm saying. Like so that like the men in TV shows like sitcoms are nothing. They're never portrayed as like a strong, smart role model. The mothers are always portrayed as the strong.
They did in the 80s.
Strong. No.
Yeah. Well, Married with Children.
That was that. No.
He tried to be.
Ed Bundy was a bumbling shoe salesman who his kids didn't respect him. His wife didn't. That's one of the stereotypical ones because his kids didn't respect him. His wife didn't respect him. The neighbor didn't respect him. Nobody respected Ed Bundy.
And just thinking about all of Full House, Tim the Toolman Taylor, all of oh my god.
King of Queens.
Yep.
All of those shows, like look at Mr. Belvedere. Back in the day, the only one that I could think of, kind of, was Growing Pains.
Yeah.
Growing Pains, and also what was the one with Michael J. Fox?
Family Ties.
Family Ties. Family Ties. The dad was kind of a strong male role model, but most of the shows, most of the things you see on TV do not portray the dad in a positive light. He's kind of a pushover, and the mom is the more central one that everybody respects and like you don't want to mess with mom. But so I'd like to see Pat, because Pat, not just because Pat's her dad or stepdad, but because Pat is like the keeper of the Justice Society. So because he's the keeper of the Justice Society, he needs to be able to have that leadership role model type of.
So they can respect his authority.
Yeah. So that the kids have something to look up to instead of the kids just acting like, oh, we got this, we don't need anybody else. So I kind of like that a little bit this episode where it kind of grew into that a little bit where they actually took Pat more serious this episode.
They did, and I hope that continues.
They started off trying to dismiss him, but he did that. I also I do like the fact that they cleared up the fact that was it Cindy?
The bad girl?
Yeah. Is her name Cindy? That Cindy did know that it was Stargirl because come on.
Driving you nuts, I know.
Yeah, so I'm glad about that. Although the mom thing did kind of bug me, and it still bugs me, the fact that she would not actually have a conversation with her husband when he says there's something serious I need to talk to you about that's actually more important than the car accident with her daughter. Like that is.
That didn't happen. That was the cover that they had to tell her because they're lying to her.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if we all agreed, if one of our boys got in a car accident and you came home and they were messed up and I was messed up, first of all, that's not the night that you're going to bed early. You're just not. You'd want to find out everything that was possibly wrong. You'd be asking a ton of questions when you got home. You'd want to know everything that happened. I'd probably want to go to bed before you wanted to go to bed. And if I turned to you and said...
I think you crush it.
If I turned to you and I said, hey, Tiff, I need to talk to you about something that's actually more important than the car accident.
That you think happened?
Yeah, you would be all ears about that.
We have a lot of.
So I like that. I like Dragon. Serpentor. Yeah. No, I like what's his name again? Dragon.
King.
Dragon King. I was trying to call him Dragon Master for some reason. I like Dragon King in this. I liked his portrayal of like basically he's got his daughter, like she can act whatever she wants to. She was acting a fool, and he's like, don't make me take my mask off.
She was fighting in the street, and he got his Foot Clan to come get her.
Mm-hmm. And so I like that.
Got a lot of stuff going on.
That's fine. We'll get to that in a second. So I like that. Just going over the episode in general. I'm glad that there was a little bit of repercussions for Stargirl taking on somebody else this week. That she was messed up. That she was hurt. Those were all good things. And I like the fact that the one girl who has the glasses now, the goggles.
Mm-hmm.
There's Our Man. There's Wildcat. There's having a brain fart. Dang it! Having a brain fart. What's her name? Dr. Midnight. I'm glad that she's starting to come into her own actually, and kind of cooperating with the goggles, you know, and that persona. I like that. Yeah, so there's a lot of good things about this episode, and then just a couple of things that are just kind of like, you know, it's TV, you know. But those are probably Jeff Johns'
Isaac
fault.
said Dr. Midnight, her name's Beth.
But that's probably Jeff Johns' fault. Things that I didn't like. Right?
You want to answer the question?
We can answer the questions. Let's answer the questions.
Michael Castillo said, stop taking stories of already established characters and add to it someone else. That is why people get upset.
What do you mean about the show?
Oh, I'm sorry. The first thing Mike Castillo said how are they going to do Batman Beyond without Batman Beyond? I want a Batgirl movie, but not based on Batman Beyond. Stop taking stories of already established characters and add to someone else. That's why people get upset. And then Gavin said, basically, you both are from the UK. Yeah. When we were talking about our heritage.
Oh, yeah. So, Michael, so I would say this. I wouldn't worry too much about those Batgirl rumors, because I'll be honest with you, I really don't think that's going to happen. I really doubt that they would go that far as to change Batman Beyond into being Batgirl, because it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, until I see that they're doing something like that, and they actually announce something like that, because nothing's been announced like that so far. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it until we see an announcement.
When we were talking about our heritage, Caleb said, I found out that I'm part Cherokee on my mom's side. Fun story, my grandfather is actually the last living child of a Native American chieftain. He was born to the chieftain and a non-native, and was then adopted by my great-grandparents. Around 2005, the tribe approached my grandfather after he reconnected with his birth mother, and they asked if he would lead his birth father's burial ceremony. He was taught the ceremony over a course of 3 weeks, and he was made an honorary tribe member.
Interesting.
In between all that, Crush It said, yo, when is the next comic giveaway? And then gave a $2 super chat, says, can't wait for the next comic giveaway.
Yo, Crush It, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So here's the thing. If you didn't catch this yesterday in my Batman video for Batman Forever, so it literally took me 5 times to get that Batman video done. And if you noticed, it's not a video of me. It's all audio over pictures and stuff, because that was the only way I could get it going. Because I'm trying to learn new software, and I'm trying to do some new things, and it was literally that I would get done with something and then it just didn't work. And so that being said, I already know who won. I've already got that all situated. That's not the problem. Tonight, that's why I was kind of alluding to that, like, once this video is done, I've got videos to make, and then I'm hoping to have a late night talk video tonight, but live stream. But the thing is,
That means I won't see you at all tonight.
will I see you tonight?
No videos or...
On a downtown train. Every night, it's just the same. There's a English guy, Rod Stewart. Will I see you tonight on a downtown train? Anyway, so yes, I just got to remake the video so I can just put it out there and do it justice. No pun intended. And I totally, a little piece of cherry was still in the throat.
That's how I was earlier when I had salsa.
So if you guys haven't figured it out yet, crush it. Donate it to comics. All right.
Dave said the dad on the show, my wife and kids, is a cool character. Isaac said, I think once we see the surviving members of the JSA, they'll stop seeing him as Starman's sidekick and weekend. I'm sorry, buddy. They see him, not weekend. And
Hello!
they see him as...
Hope you guys enjoyed that little trip.
They stop seeing him as Starman's sidekick, and they see him as Stripe. Plus, the shows aren't realistic. That's why we enjoy them.
Yeah.
Gavin says, what about Mike? If you forget who he is the son. Ha ha ha.
Ah.
Caleb said Dr. Midnight. Isaac said Dr. Midnight. Her name is Beth. Michael Castillo said, have you heard or have you read the draft that could have been used for the Flash film by Grant Morrison and Ezra Miller?
I have not. Where'd you find that at?
And Caleb says, I think people just misinterpreted these leaks. I think they're replacing the Batgirl movie with a Batman Beyond movie.
Probably, because Batman Beyond is just Batman Beyond. You know what I mean? It's not like it's Batgirl Beyond.
Dave said
Why isn't
200
this
more.
charging?
Dave said 200 more subs, not bad.
Yes.
Crush It says copy.
Thank you, Dave.
And Dave said laughing emoji. I think maybe because you dropped the phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, we've been...
I'll go check and see if the...
so we have really been... things have really been doing well. I tell you what, I've been super busy these last couple weeks, really trying to up... nope, we went down to 1%. It might just be that this charger thing isn't compatible with the thing.
Well, I plan on charging it when I go upstairs when you do your...
I mean, it's
plethora.
1%. Worst case scenario, I'll just lose it. But, so I've been really, really working hard on...
Charge it while you're doing your plethora videos.
Yeah, on content, and then also, like, you know, expanding our reach, you know, doing a lot of collaborations, and I know sometimes you guys might not even be seeing some of the collaborations that I do. There's Geeks and Gamers Entertainment. That's Mad Max. He's the guy who, if you've seen him here on the channel, he's been on a couple times. He wears a Dr. Doom mask. He's a really good guy. He's got a great channel. If you like video games, he does stuff on video games, but also movies and TV shows just like we do, but with a little bit of a different spin. Obviously, Lightcast, I did that thing. I'm trying to think of what else. There's been a couple other channels. There's Zeverfet, or Zeverfet. I think it's Zever because it's Zeever Fet. Because we were joking about it because he was on one of the call-in shows, and we talked about The Last Jedi a few days ago, and we were talking about it's Fet on Fet. Like we should do like a show of Fet on Fet. It's Enosh Fet and Zever Fet. But he's a good guy too. There's was it Master of None? He's a good guy. So I've been doing these collabs lately, and so
Interesting, Isaac.
So I try to put out there when I'm going to be on another channel or whatever, because we've had a good time. Also, I've been on Matt Jarbo's channel, $3 Theater, a couple of times now, a few times now, like 3 times now. And we seem to close that sucker down, man. I'll tell you what, we always have great discussions with Matt Jarbo. And the first time I was on there, he was doing a call-in show, just kind of like we do, and he ended up keeping me on for like almost an hour, and then we did a 3-hour stream between him, me, and Mad Max, and that was really cool, just talking about everything, man. And then the other night I was back on there again, and we did another one. It was really cool. So
all Batmobiles, Dave.
So you got to catch us while we're on there. Oh, is he seeing the Batmobiles?
Dave said, what car is next to the Batmobile? That shelf is all different generations of Batmobiles.
it's super dusty.
Isaac said Marvel also isn't doing a stay-at-home panel this year, so they'll probably do what Nintendo is doing and drop announcements on Twitter and YouTube out of nowhere.
So this is interesting because Justice Con is going on.
Dave thought it was a lowrider.
I can show it to you in a minute. But here's the thing. So Justice Con is happening, but people are forgetting, like, Comic-Con at home is still happening. So they're still having Comic-Con, but it's like a virtual Comic-Con. There's a virtual San Diego Comic-Con this year. So we don't even know what that's going to be about.
Are they still charging a buttload of money since it's at home?
No. And Matt Jarbo was talking about, like, he's got press credentials to it, but he was like, what the heck is press credentials going to get you, you know,
for an
at-home thing, you know? So who knows what's going to come out of that? But I mean, I don't see too much coming out of. I could be totally wrong, but I don't see that much coming out of a virtual Comic-Con as far as, like, movie news and stuff. There might be something that comes out, but if Justice Con is going on, and then right after that we're going to be getting DC Fandom, that's where all this, like, between those two, trust me, pay attention to Justice Con. Because I'm telling you right now, if certain things happen at Justice Con, there will be people that I will totally buy into and believe from now on. I mean, like, I'm not saying that they're wrong now. I'm just saying, like, that's going to be a big kicker right there for some stuff that could happen at Justice Con. So I'm just telling you right now, pay attention to Justice Con. Hopefully we can do some live streams and stuff with Justice Con on and talk about that.
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
Jeff Platfelty.
Yes. What's up, Jeff? So pay attention to Justice Con, but also pay attention to Comic-Con at home. And then also that same weekend, there's something weird called like the Save Daredevil Con. But it's cool because, like, it's actually...
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. Like, apparently they've got, like, a bunch of stuff that has to do with Daredevil. They've got, like, writers and different people who worked on the show and stuff like that, I guess, that are all doing this thing, and, like, they're trying to, like, promote Daredevil. So you got 3 cons going on that same weekend. It's kind of weird. But I really think in the end, if Justice Con goes the way that they're saying it's going to go, that's going to be the headliner, which is funny that a small little thing done by some fans that just happens to have, I don't know, people like Zack Snyder and a bunch of stars possibly from Justice League and future stars of the DCEU. And wouldn't that be cool if like future stars from the DCEU? I mean, I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying wouldn't it be cool if, like, certain people showed up and announced their participation, much to Kavari's chagrin, going forward. So I don't know. But then also, then you got DC Fandom. And so that's supposed to have a bunch of other announcements as far as movies that are coming out still and things like that. So, and Zack Snyder will be there. So, but this other thing, you know, this Justice Con, Zack Snyder is really telling people that they should be a part of it. So,
Michael Castillo said they've been posting the supposed draft by them around Instagram. And if it's real or not, it seems great too much to explain in a single film.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. There's like a whole list of things that are possibly involved with Justice Con and DC Fandom. And I know that James Gunn apparently came out and said something about, like, this isn't real or something like that, but then some other people said it was real. So I don't know. But because then he came out and said, well, I'm not saying that it's not real. Like, it was like some weird kind of back and forth, you know. But I don't know that James Gunn is necessarily going to know everybody who is or isn't going to show up to DC Fandom. So I highly doubt that. So
Caleb said, thoughts on the Justice League Rebirth live-action film rumor?
Not
I
happening.
personally wouldn't mind it. I still want the Snyderverse on HBO Max, but I honestly wouldn't mind a DCEU reboot.
No, I wouldn't mind it either necessarily, but honestly, I don't want to reboot. I want to see. But see, here's the good thing about this, and this could be people taking it maybe as going to be a reboot, but honestly, you're going to get more of the DCEU that we know right now on HBO Max. That's what's going to happen. So DCEU is not going anywhere. That's why they're introducing the multiverse. And that's what the multiverse is going to be, guys. I have been shown some stuff that has convinced me. I'm convinced. If that stuff's wrong, then I guess I'll be wrong. But I have been shown some stuff now that I just have to say I'm convinced. And so they're not just doing this for Zack Snyder for just this one-off and done. That's just not what it's going to be. So I'm just saying, look forward to it because I believe we're going to get the Ayer cut, and that wasn't based off anything that I was shown, but I believe wholeheartedly we're going to get the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, and on top of that, I believe we're going to see a continuation of this because remember Zack Snyder had 3 movies planned.
It's true.
And if the Snyder cut ends the way that this first one was supposed to end, it's a cliffhanger. Why would you just release something that ends on a cliffhanger? Because all that's going to do is spur more people to go what are you going to start a new hashtag that's going to say give us Justice League Part 2 and wait until that one goes over? They got a plan, guys. Trust me, they got a plan. And so, but I'm not saying that a rebirth can't happen, but if a rebirth happens, it'll be in its own contained universe thing. It won't be that like this is just the new norm and set. You know what I mean?
Jeff said, just ordered Transformers Studio Series Mixmaster.
Nice.
Isaac says, it's Rebirth, the continuation of the original stories. So in a way, wouldn't it just continue the Snyderverse? A New 52 movie would kind of reboot the DCEU if they were to do New 52.
But see, I don't think they're going to do that. Not with the story that needs to be told. Because if they're finishing, if they're doing Justice League Part 1, which is his movie, then that story needs to end before they can reboot or do a rebirth thing, and start it over fresh again. At least the story needs to come to some kind of conclusion. Whether or not it's actually 3 parts, or whether or not it's Zack Snyder kind of writes it into maybe the second part. But if you know anything about it, Batman is supposed to die. A lot of stuff is supposed to happen in there. I mean, them taking on Darkseid, on Apocalypse, getting their butts handed to them, then having to come back to Earth, reform, redo the whole thing, and take on Darkseid again and win. So it's not just going to be as simple as just one movie and then just do a rebirth, because that won't make any sense, really. Excuse me, at that point.
Gavin said, is The Flash and other shows still not allowed to start filming yet? As in UK, we don't get any of the news, etc.
So nothing is filming currently, as far as the shows, for The Flash. But I mean, they're all hoping that I believe they're hoping to start. Superman got announced that they're starting filming here pretty soon. So Superman, I can't remember because Superman starts up in January, and so I believe that they said that September they're going to start filming Superman. So I don't know if The Flash is going to start up about that same time as well. It's a Canadian thing. No, I don't know if The Flash is going to start and the other shows are going to start filming in September as well. I mean, because they all film in the same area in Vancouver, so they may all start filming in September. The only problem is that Superman doesn't start until January, so that gives them the 4-month leeway time. They've said that for The Flash, they want to actually add the 3 remaining episodes to next season, making it a 25-episode season.
Which I would like, because they had to explain a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know how that works then if they don't have those episodes done already, that were ready and done. I don't know.
Michael Castillo said they've been saying the 2 secret films are for Batman Beyond and Zatanna, and her solo film is connected to the Justice League Dark on HBO Max by J.J. Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Crush It says DC has 2 secret movies. What's your guess? Caleb says the title is supposed to be Rebirth according to the rumors, but it would have an entire new cast. Dave says seeing you play video games would be cool. COO.
Be cool. Well, if it was me playing video games, you'd probably just see me playing classic Nintendo games.
I play both.
With an occasional game. I did
Can
beat.
kick anyone's butt in Soul Calibur.
I did beat Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Mm-hmm.
So on
bad words. That's why you didn't tape it.
On expert mode. Oh, trust me, you didn't want to see that because I was so close ready to throw something.
Angry. I was working from home and I'm in the other room trying to do conference calls, and I had to tell him he had to stop being so loud because I had to understand my conference call.
Well, okay, look. In my defense, I am not like a gamer, so when I do play games,
learn as you go.
When I do play games, it takes me a while to kind of familiarize myself with everything and whatever. But here's the problem. I'm not your typical gamer, but I picked expert mode when I took on Battlefront.
You if you wanted to be a Jedi, not realizing Jedi meant expert.
So I picked that mode, and that's why it was so hard.
Yeah,
because,
of course I want to be a Jedi.
Because Isaac didn't realize either why I was having such a hard time with it.
And then when he found out, he laughed.
But apparently I gained some respect, so there you go, because I ended up beating the thing. It took me a while, but hey, it took me a couple weeks.
Better if you
took me a couple weeks.
Michael Castillo said, if the Zatanna film is true, who would you like the characters to be portrayed by? And same for Terry McGinnis.
Man, see, this is such a hard one. We've talked about this, and I just... Right? I don't know if you guys heard the dog.
Oh, they're holding hands.
Aww.
That was so cute.
That was so cute. She just like reached out to him, just like, oh, I'm here for you, look.
Well, it's because he goes up to her when she has bad dreams and puts her paw like, he's okay.
So I'll be honest with you,
I like the chick who played Zatanna in Smallville.
that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
So
Get her kid.
this may not be a popular opinion, but I think they need to hold off on Zatanna. Because they need to introduce her in the Justice League Dark movie and then see how that goes and decide whether or not they're going to spin her off. Because honestly, I don't know that a Zatanna movie has enough support to have legs. I mean, Zatanna has legs.
I was going to say, she wears fishnets. She got some pretty legs.
Zatanna got some legs. Note to self. Get Tiffany a Zatanna costume. But no, seriously, like, I don't know that because right now, guys, you know that we're in a world where everything is either like right now or nothing. And so I just have this feeling that, like, if they do a Zatanna movie, nobody knows who Zatanna is. We all know who Zatanna is. We all like the character.
But I didn't know anything about Doctor Strange, and then they did the movie, and I finally understood it one more.
Yeah, but it's not the same, and here's why. The MCU was at its height. I mean, was at its pinnacle when they released and started talking about Doctor Strange, right? So people were primed for Doctor Strange. People who may not even know who Doctor Strange is, they knew that it was coming, right? They knew that Cumberbatch was going to play him. They may not have, like, people like you may not have known who Doctor Strange was. I knew who Doctor Strange was. I was just never a big fan of Doctor Strange. But the thing is the fans were definitely there and wanted it. And the people who weren't so sure, who just were following the MCU was on autopilot by then. That's why Captain Marvel made $1 billion. Captain Marvel didn't make $1 billion because everybody was, like, knocking down Marvel's door saying, we want a Captain Marvel movie. It just wasn't. And that movie, there was nothing... I didn't hate the movie, for sure.
But you didn't love it.
I didn't think that I was going to like it at all, and I ended up liking the movie. It was fine. but it's just a kind of their movie. It's not like the movie did anything like super fabulous that like gets everybody's attention and like makes them fall in love with Captain Marvel. It was just that it was the lead-in movie to Endgame. So it was gonna do well, and everybody had to see it because everybody had buy-in for the MCU. And so the MCU was on autopilot by that point, and so you can't really compare Zatanna with that because one, there's more history with Doctor Strange. There is a lot more people who know who Doctor Strange is just right off the bat than Zatanna. And also the DCU is not on cruise control where it's like they can just put out a movie. I mean, Birds of Prey showed that. I mean, people who've seen Birds of Prey love Birds of Prey, but they didn't have it by name recognition of Harley Quinn. And so, like, I literally ran into Tiffany last week.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
I literally ran into somebody last week, Tiffany, where I was talking to them about the Harley Quinn movie, and they're like, "Yeah, when does that come out?" And I was like, "Well, that was the Birds of Prey movie that came out, earlier this year." And they're like, "What? That was the Harley Quinn movie?" And I said, "Yeah." And that's where we live in this bubble sometimes of our comic book nerddom.
Jeff Gladfelty just gave $4.99 in super chats.
Jeff! My man! Jeff, you rock, bro. That's Jeff. Felty. That's Jeff. Felty. And Crush It gave $2 earlier. Yeah. Jeff Felty. And Crush It. You guys rock.
Okay,
Awesome.
Yep. Ooh. And Cylon Scotty just popped in.
What's up, Silent Scotty?
Just gave $9.99 super chat. Says I think Enosh should wear the fishnets with a winky face.
Oh, see, you think?
And Jeff just said you're welcome.
And then Cylon. Cylon. You know what? I might as well just announce it. Like, right? I'll do because I need. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
You just had like a whole conversation that should have been in your brain, out your brain.
I know, but it's not fair to Crush It because Crush It gave the comic book, so I don't want to. I need to do a video just for that. But I will say this.
Darth Stacy just says, "What is going on in here tonight?" LOL.
I don't know. We're just having some fun.
Still a lot more questions.
But I will say this: visit the Miley store on eBay because we got comic books to give away tonight. We got all kinds of stuff. Actually, you know what? No, this one I can do. Here. You stay right here. I'll be right back. Silent Scotty, you don't go nowhere. You stay right there, Mr. Fishnets. Hope Sophie's watching too.
Gavin says, have they sorted out the Batwoman problem?
No, we still don't know who Batwoman's going to be.
After watching that show, though, I don't want Ruby Rose to go. That's the frustrating thing. I fell in love with her and the story and how they left it. And I want all the people back. I want all the same people back. It's frustrating.
I know.
So I'm wondering how they're going to switch that story up.
Next year, I tell you, this year has just screwed everything up, man. For everything except for the Snyder Cut.
We need a mulligan.
No. You know what? It's okay. It's okay because the Snyder Cut came. I can forgive all the
stuff. Says I'm right here, mate.
All right, you stick right there, brother. But yes, you see, little do you know. If you wanted me to wear some fishnets, I'd wear some fishnets for you.
Just don't be coming down on the computer here in a banana hammock.
It's Poindexter After Dark. You see my fat leg just come up in the air and just be like, I got my fishnets on. I'm ready to talk nerdy to you.
Nerdy or dirty?
Dirty nerdy. All right, I'll be right back.
And Dave said Battlefront on the original Xbox.
No, Battlefront 2 on the Xbox. What do we got?
Jeff said play Zelda Breath of the Wild. Kavari says let's hope Walter Hamada wipes away the Snyderverses with Flashpoint. Isaac says I can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. And then Caleb and Andrew Enosh have some stuff that you probably need to hear.
Okay.
Gavin says Point Dexter Late Lounge.
It's something.
And Darth Tasty said Breath of the Wild was awesome to Isaac and Jeff that were talking about Breath of the Wild.
Are you ready?
Darth says, I hope he's not going to put the fishnets on. If he is, I'm out.
Oh, you know you like it. Who said that, Darth Tasty?
Yeah.
Darth Tasty, you know you like it.
You're gonna like send him like a private message with fishnets, aren't you?
I'm going to, yeah. Now you gonna get it.
You done messed up, Darth Tasty. Darth Tasty says I'll pass. Cylon Scotty said don't be repressed, Darth. Caleb said, before I make the following statement, I want to finish out the current DCEU. Justice League Part 2, at least hopefully Wonder Woman 2, Black Adam and Shazam 2 as well, but I also want a fresh start, new DC movie universe that's consistent in quality with a generous range of tones and genres that are rated from PG-13 to R for a refreshing change of pace at times. Did you hear that, Inash?
Yes. Yes, I did. Do you know where it went?
What?
DVD. It was up here on the counter, but I don't know where it went. Oh wait, hold on. They go, is that back away? Here it is.
I was gonna say, because I didn't see it today when I was cleaning. I was cleaning a ton of stuff today.
Sorry about that. It's celebration time. It's time to celebrate because we're finally together, all together again. This is the first live stream. You ready to celebrate?
You have stuff.
Yeah.
The dogs
We got the ready whip. Celebrate time. The dogs get some. Wookie gets some. You all can have some. Because it is giveaway time. So.
We should do more giveaways if we get Cool Whip.
Yeah, well, you know, you get Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. All right. So, you know, this has been for the giveaway. This is the giveaway that.
Cylon Scotty said, "Whip it."
Right? I was when I joined a live stream with Mad Max the other night, and when I joined, he's like, "Hey, it's Enosh," and I had the can of whipped cream like this, and he's like, "Hey, Enosh, how you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm here to take Vicodin and do whippets, and I'm all out of Vicodin, so." There you go. All right. Oops. That being said, the giveaway this month was a giveaway for Patreon supporters and for
Super chats.
anyone who gave in a super chat. So we did an off-screen drawing. I know I should have done it on screen, but you know what? You're just gonna have to trust us because we're on the up and up. If you go back in time, you see any giveaway that we do, we always do it on the up and up. But we did it off because I thought that I was going to be able to make the video, and the video didn't take. So, but we do have a winner, and of course that winner is Cylon Scotty. Cylon, which just goes to show you that like you could literally join the Patreon at the last minute, and you still get it. And plus Cylon's given in that. But you know what? It's a random thing. But Cylon Scotty, you win. So this is going to Cylon Scotty. The complete Al. Should Cylon Scotty not be able to perform his duties as winner? I said duty. As winner of Weird Al Yankovic, the complete Al DVD. We do have a runner-up. But that being said, this is what we got for right now. So Cylon, If you don't have this already, this is coming at you. So you can expect that. And I believe I've got your address listed. I'll get with you off camera or whatever. And just for playing our game, I got some comics. So for all of you who give to the Patreon and you've given a super chat. What?
It's just funny.
Oh, then we'll get with you and maybe we can send out some comics to the runner-ups. All right.
Because they were talking back and forth. I'm gonna go back to what Michael Castillo said because it's more of a talk that you'll talk about.
Yay, Cylon Scotty!
Cylon Scotty said, "Don't be repressed, Darth." Darth says, "I'll pass." Darth Tasty said, "Laugh out loud, Scotty." Jeff said, "Oh dear." Then when Cylon Scotty said, "Whippets," Dave said, "Yep." We're the Tecates? Tecates. Darth Tasty said, "For a second there, I thought you were going to put that whipped cream somewhere else. You had it pointed pretty low." Caleb says, "You got the whip, but do you have the strawberries?" With the laughing emoji.
Who said that?
Caleb, and you're getting Cool Whip on me.
What's new?
Like the end of it tastes funny.
I actually do have strawberries.
Dave said I had
What'd
a
you say?
bite.
You said it tasted funny? That's what she said.
Dave said I had a Vicodin once. It didn't do anything. Cylon Scotty said, "What? I win something?" Jeff said, "Congratulations." Dave says that's a dope prize. Cylon Scotty said, "I love it. Thanks." Darth Tasty said, "Congrats, Cylon." And Gavin says, "Wait, I didn't win." Ha ha ha.
What? Cylon won?
No, Cylon won. Gavin says, "Wait, I didn't win." Ha ha.
Sorry, Gavin.
You'll have to win the next prize. She wants whippets too, I know.
Come here. Come here.
Can you hear your whippets? Because your daddy loves you.
Come here. Up here. Come up here. There you go. Yay, Cylon Scotty! Cylon Scotty won, and you guys are reaping all the benefits.
Dave said they should make movies as close as possible to the original comics. That'd be cool, like a series or something.
I'm sorry.
Are you and the dogs done whipping?
Yeah, we're done. I don't know where the cap went. I got the cap right here. We're done. All done.
No more whippets.
No more whippets.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Love you guys.
Gavin said, "I'm only joking."
I'm sorry. What was the joke?
When he said, "What? I didn't win?"
Oh.
Cylon Scotty said, "Puppies!"
I know.
They look like puppies because they just got their hairs did.
Puppy love.
And they finally got their hairs did after being in quarantine.
I love you. I love you, Harley Quinn.
Caleb says, "From a former giveaway winner to another, congrats."
There you go.
And Dave says, "Or do they have that already?"
So be looking for. Do they have what?
They should make a movie as close as possible to the original comics. That'd be cool, like a series or something. Or do they have that already?
For what?
A movie as close as possible to the original comics.
Of what? Who said it?
Dave. DC.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. So one of the closest incarnations of anything, and I don't understand. I still don't understand why it's controversial. I really don't get it. But speaking of Zack Snyder, Watchmen.
Yeah.
It's like dead on. I mean, like the dude literally took. Excuse me. Whippets getting to me.
Cool Whip drunk?
Yep. Cool Whip. Cool Whip wasted. He literally took like pages out of the comic book and put them up on the screen in live action. The only thing that's different about this, and see, we haven't had HBO, so one of the things I'm looking forward to getting HBO Max for is that we can actually watch the Watchmen TV series. Because if you read spoilers for Watchmen,
True 31 said I would also add Sin City as comic accurate.
Yeah. But it's like, so Watchmen is what, like a 10-year-old movie now at this point? Or more? When did Watchmen come out? It's about a 10-year-old movie. So spoilers for Watchmen, 10-year-old movie. Plus, I mean, it's like one of the best known comic.
Jeff said, dude, I love Watchmen.
Comic series ever, right? So, but here's the thing. The only thing that's different is the ending. And I'll be honest with you. And I know that there's a lot of people who
Dave
feel...
said, is it on Netflix?
Watchmen? It might be on Netflix, actually. I think it might be on Netflix. But the only thing that's different, and it's a hard watch because it's different. It's not a typical superhero movie because it's actually set in a different world than DC. But they ended up bringing it in this last year. They did a whole series that actually brought it into the continuity with our regular DC heroes, which is really interesting. But it exists in its own world where like Superman and all those people don't, they don't exist like we know them.
Negan is in that world.
Yeah, and so there's a band of like superheroes, but none of them have powers. None of them have powers. They just do stuff and they just save lives and stuff until one guy is like radiated and he becomes Dr. Manhattan, and they call him the Superman. But he's not Superman. They just call him that. But he has the power to manipulate anything, like down to like atoms. He can create stuff. One of the funniest scenes is when, I mean, it's straight out of the comic too. Is when, like, because he's dating, what's her name? Stiletto? Is it? No, what? What's her name? It's gonna drive me nuts now. Why am I having so many brain farts tonight? I'm getting old. Anyways, he's dating the one girl, and they're starting to get intimate, and like she's laying there, and all of a sudden, like you see, like it's like 8 hands. Or 6 hands or whatever, because he can multiply himself and be in like multiple places at once and do all kinds of stuff at once. He can literally be on Mars at one time at the same time as he's here. So he knows everything within his own lifetime, which is amazing. But the funny thing is like he's in the other room working on equations for something, and there's like 3 of them in there with I need to get it before you find it. Why can't I remember it?
You're not going to remember.
I'm going to know it as soon as you say it because I know it.
Do you want me to give you the first letter?
Yeah.
S.
I know it's an S. But it's not. It's not. It's not stiletto.
No.
It's like.
Yes, Jeff Rorschach was amazing. I loved him.
Oh, Rorschach was so
much
good.
better than he portrayed in Freddy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Haley, what's his name? I almost said Haley Joel Osment.
No, he sees dead people.
Oh crap, just...
Silk Spectre.
Silk Spectre! Dang it! Dang it,
Jim.
right there. So Silk Spectre is in the bedroom with 3 versions of Dr. Manhattan because they're together. And she realizes, hey, there's 6 hands here, but it's one of the funniest lines ever because he puts his finger in her mouth because he's like all like irradiated and like
tastes like a battery.
Tastes like a battery. But it's really interesting. But the thing is in the comic, it ends with this giant squid that comes and attacks New York because the villain. I won't tell you who the villain is if you haven't seen it.
That might be.
But the villain, what? You have an inkling? Yeah, because it's a squid. And she's got jokes, too. She's hot, and she's got jokes. And she's nerdy. No wonder I keep you around. No wonder you keep me around. Anyways, she's got a sense of humor. But no, so there's this giant squid that attacks New York because the main villain sets it up that way, is all I'll say if you haven't seen it. That's in the comic series. They do something completely different, but it's the same idea, except for it's not a giant squid. But basically, they set it up where something happens at the end that makes. I like the movie ending. Actually, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I appreciate the continuity of the original miniseries. But honestly, the ending to the movie makes more common sense than a giant squid. And they figured, and Zack Snyder just only changed it because he figured that people just coming in to see the movie. It's almost it's like a 3-hour movie.
It is.
It's a long movie. Get the director's cut if you see it.
You had me watch it when we were dating, and I was just like, this movie is forever, but it was really good. It was really
Yeah,
good.
by the time you're at, like some of those movies that when it's done, you're like, wow. You're not going to watch it every weekend, probably.
Are you talking about the movie, or are you talking about the show that's on right now? Silent Scotty said Snowpiercer was good, surprisingly good.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen that yet. And so anyways, so the book ends with a giant squid. The movie ends differently with a different scenario, but it does the same thing. Just because Zack Snyder didn't think people were ready, like the regular people, like because the movie's so grounded in reality, like in like realism, that so is the book. That like if you were to see a giant squid, it would be like, what? Where did that come from? So, but apparently, I heard that in the TV show they bring the giant squid in. So I'm really interested in seeing that, but I have not.
Truth31 said Watchmen and BVS a great companion piece.
Yes. Yes.
Dave said I would
Especially
love to have
visually.
every Dragon Ball Z film. My brother did because he actually had them on VHS, so that when you put him above the TV, put them.
Who
above,
said that?
Dave.
Dave. So Dave.
They put my brother had them and put them above the DVD when you used to put your VHSs sideways, but then it would make the picture.
Yeah.
And that's what my brother had for Dragon Ball Z.
So I got a quick question for you, Dave. If you like Dragon Ball Z, are we talking Goku
Is he a Super Saiyan?
or Superman? People are really like that. That thing just
know.
doesn't. It's
I
like
know.
it's like it's been proven time and time again who would win, but
Darth Tasty said, I know this is kind of off topic, but have you guys started watching Snowpiercer yet? I think it's one of the best shows made in the last few
so
years.
you and Silent Scotty, huh?
Yeah, and you and I have both been wanting to watch it, so I think
We have been wanting to watch
we
it.
need to do that this summer.
Yeah, we have not gotten around to it. So much TV, so many things to do. I'll tell you what, it's hard enough sometimes. Like I was talking to if you were on our live
That's
stream.
awesome. Jeff has the VHS collection too of Dragon Ball Z.
Nice. If you guys were on the live stream talkback thing last week, there's a guy on there named The Ambassador, which, by the way, this Saturday night, I'm going to be on The Ambassador's channel, I think at 7:30 Eastern Time. I'll make a post in the community post about it, and on the Facebook post and on Twitter for our channel. But we're going to be talking toys. We're going to be talking G.I. Joe and Transformers. 80s toys. And I might know a little thing about that. Finally. Something that I will know about. You know, unlike, Silk Spectre, apparently. Now I get it. Silk Spectre.
Gavin
Is it Silk Spectre?
Gavin says always happens, just can't remember the girl's name.
She's cute.
Silent Scotty says, I did not like the directions of the Watchmen HBO series, although they do assume the novel ending rather than the movie ending.
Interesting.
Dave said potato soup with shrimp and squid.
Ooh.
Silent Scotty said that is partially correct. There are flashbacks where the squids start hitting someone's windshield, but not the giant squid.
Oh.
Jeff says, I have all the Dragon Ball Z VHS collection. Dave said, I used to say Superman, but Goku is a beast. I'd say Goku.
I can't. I mean, not just because I'm a Superman fan. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the. There are videos on YouTube that actually explain how Superman wins that thing, because Superman never uses all of his powers, like on anybody. But like, there's like Superman 1,000,000. It was like from a story or whatever, where like Superman would just like they proved it by it's nerddom. Like I can prove it. I don't know, but there you go. You got the glasses to do it. But somehow like they proved that like Superman like doesn't use like any of his powers at all hardly, and that like if he's at full strength and he's doing his thing, like he just like obliterates Goku. Like it's crazy because like I think they actually wanted to set out and prove that Goku was stronger, and they couldn't do it.
Darth Tasty
That was an
said,
interesting look. You're like,
because you're
you're doing a Robert De Niro over here. You're like,
sitting here doing the whole thing over here, and I just like I'm reading everyone's.
I've got nipples.
comments.
Can you milk me?
Darth says, I was surprised how good it is as well. Cylon Scotty, way better than the movie talking about Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer, yeah. It's an interesting concept.
Dave said, Jeff, isn't it hard to have a complete collection? Jeff said, I collected them over the years. Michael Castillo said, no hate on the DCEU because I'm a fan of their work before Marvel, but Marvel has taken off film-wise in which the DCEU hasn't, even though they're to take off. Even though where to take off to. Andrew Farr said, I heard these rumors a while back of Jeff Johns had supposedly shared Snyder's vision of BVS and Justice League with Disney, and that gave Disney the idea to have Marvel create Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. Is that true?
No, that's not true. Civil War was loosely based on an actual comic book series from Marvel called Civil War.
There's two more questions.
Now, there's a lot of stuff that happened in Civil War, the comic book, that's a whole lot better than the movie. Like Spider-Man gives up his secret identity in Civil War because basically the heroes are starting to be pressured about those types of things, and so there's a lot more that happens in there, but I don't think that happened. I haven't heard anything like that, and I'd be hard pressed to think that Jeff Johns would be giving away secrets. Even Jeff Johns, I don't think that he'd be giving away secrets. About
Michael Castillo said, "Nice, GI Joe is there. I have plenty of GI Joe action figures and all the episodes and movies on DVD."
Nice. I tell you what, I'm a huge GI Joe fan. That's probably part of the toy room that you don't see a lot. I mean, everybody notices the Star Wars stuff and the DC figures and everything.
They can't miss the flag.
Nope, but I've got a USS flag right there behind me. I don't know if you guys can really tell with the way that it's there, but the main
you
part.
have everything else stacked on top.
Yeah, the main thing there right behind me over my left shoulder when I do my videos is the USS flag, and I'll tell you what. I got that for a steal. Like, I literally got my USS flag for $300. No, $200. I got it for $200. I ended up having to buy some other pieces, which brought it up to just less than $300. But that thing right now just goes for way more than that. I mean, like, you're talking like almost 4 times that amount. And so, just an amazing deal that I got on that. And honestly, so I had tons of GI Joes as a kid. And I kept them pristine. They were awesome. They were perfect. And I ended up selling them. Didn't I, Tiff? So I worked with a guy back in 2000, 2001. And my ex-wife wanted me to get rid of all my GI Joes because I had them all in tubs and stuff like that in my basement. And I had vehicles. I had play sets.
Had she not let you, then you wouldn't have spent so much getting it.
That's true, too. But I had play sets. I had all kinds of stuff. And the thing was there was a dark time in G.I. Joe collecting where, like, nobody cared about G.I. Joe anymore. After the mid-'90s, nobody cared about G.I. Joe anymore.
Aw, thank you, Andrew.
And so, since nobody cared about G.I. Joe, and eBay was just starting off, but a guy I worked with was telling me that his son, who was, like, I think, like, 11 or 12 at the time, was getting into the old cartoon and stuff and really loved the cartoon, but they couldn't find any toys. And I told him that I had all these toys to sell, and so he says, well, okay, but how much? So I brought in all of my tubs and stuff. It was probably like 4 or 5 tubs. And when I brought them in, I showed them to him, and I said, well, he said, well, how much? And I said, I don't know. I was thinking like yard sale prices back then, you know. I sold him everything for how much, Tiff?
30?
$35. Like, literally, the low-end figures right now. Like, when I got back into it, like, probably, 3 years ago? When I started getting back into it? Like, 2.5 years ago?
Stop.
No, I haven't bought a G.I. Joe thing in a long time.
You have a G.I. Joe sitting on the counter.
That's been on the counter for like 3 months, too.
Doesn't need to be cleaned up.
That's a sea slug.
Every time I
I got the sea slug, but that's been sitting on the counter for a long time. But I've pretty much completed everything that I needed to get. But seriously, it's amazing to me because GI Joes have shot up in value, like unbelievably.
Got 2 more super chats.
Oh, well, let's stop everything.
You keep talking.
I'm sorry.
You got
Obviously, they like the G.I. Joe talk.
Well, you got another $4.99 from Jeff.
Jeff! Mm.
And Andrew Farr gave $10, said random statement, but the first video I ever saw of y'all was y'all's Aquaman trailer reaction. Been a fan ever since.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's great. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, you're awesome. You rock, brother. And who was the other one?
Andrew.
Andrew, that's right. Andrew.
Gave 10.
Andrew's awesome. Andrew's another man of faith.
That's awesome.
Yes, he is. And so we appreciate you guys for sure. Thank you guys both. That Aquaman. So did you ever see? Here's something interesting, because when Aquaman went over $1 billion, we did a fun video of that. We did the Harlem Shake. Remember that?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We did the Harlem Shake, like only
So
about like what, 10 years too late?
So embarrassing.
So embarrassing. That's a great video. Seriously, find between now and when I come back around midnight or so, find our Aquaman hits $1 billion video, and it's fun, man. We had a good time.
Should we have a video now? Release the Harlem Shake.
It was great. If I was on StreamYard, I'd just show it to you guys, because I could do that on there. Because that's what I did. Who was it? I'm trying to think who was on the stream. Oh man.
Silent?
No, it wasn't Silent. It was this guy who's been here forever. He's been here since the Flash video, since the Man in the Iron Mask video, and I oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, but he came in and talked with me for a while, and he told me about so we watched the Flash video.
Darth Tasty just gave $10. I figured I would join the super chat party. Can I get a sermon, LOL?
Well, let me tell you. Brother Tasty. Yes! Brother Tasty, I feel it. I feel it in my bones. You see, for I was sitting here, yea, verily, I was sitting here next to the lovely Tiftastic. She might even be called hot by some if your name is Dave. She might even be called precious. She might be called my one and only, my true love, my sweet thing, as it were. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, Brother Tasty, you want a sermon, I can preach it. I will preach about this woman. I will preach about the virtues of giving a super chat via the live stream. For behold, there is something powerful in the live stream. I said there's power in the live stream. Oh, there is power, power. It's not that wonder-working power, but there's still power in the live stream. Causes people to give $10, $5, $2, anything between. There is power in the live stream. There is power, power, power in the live stream. Power, power, power in the live stream. I'm gonna do this till somebody else gives some to me. I said there's power, power in the live. Live.
Put your tongue in your mouth to shut you up.
Stream.
She's actually the one that likes when you say her name. She's like, Mama.
Brother Tasty.
Oh, Andrew just gave 20 and said, thank you, Jesus.
Holy! Oh, there is power, power, power in the live stream. Power, said power in the live stream. Andrew's got it. Andrew's got it. Andrew's got that power. I said Andrew's got it. Andrew's got it. Andrew's got that power. I said Andrew got that power. I said Andrew's got that power. Dark Tasty, it's got that power.
Darth Tasty said half the super chat is for the dog treats, LOL. Here you go, baby girl.
Say crush it, it's got that power. To everybody, it's got that power. They got that power, power, power in the stream. Oh, I got power, power, power for you and me. Oh, you got that power, Harley Quinn. Do you got that power? I feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Man, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're humbled. Humbled. You humbled?
She's like, Darth Daisy said some of that money goes to treats.
Did Darth Daisy say some of that money went to treats?
He said half of the super chats is for dog treats. LOL.
Oh, well, that's sweet. That's sweet.
We'll have to get.
Yes,
we have to get
you want
them
your super
some-
treat?
We'll have to get them some bacon strips.
Yeah, you get some bacon strips. Oh, yes, I get some bacon strips.
Wookiee's like,
Wookie?
yes.
Wookie?
Your little shaved nub is shaking.
Here we go.
Okay, hold
Tell
on.
say thank you. Say thank you for the super
Okay, don't
chats.
scratch my back.
Say thank you for the super chats. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. See, the kids aren't here. This is what the future of the channel looks like right here. When all the kids move away.
These are our fur kids when our kids
It's
are
going to
gone.
be me and Tiff getting
The fur
old
babies.
with the fur babies. Ah, look at them.
Even they're nerds. It's Wookiee and Harley Quinn.
I know. Yes. Okay. Say thank you. Okay. Yeah, they got that.
I think, Daddy, stop singing. We're okay now.
What were we talking about? We're talking about G.I. Joe. Yeah, so man, G.I. Joe is just, I love G.I. Joe. And so, I'm looking forward to that talk for sure.
Dave was talking about when you guys were going back and forth between Superman and Goku, he
Oh, yeah.
says, but then Superman did carry a whole island.
Well, Superman, Superman can push planets out. He can literally
he was
crush
saying that isn't a positive term.
Yeah, like Superman can crush a planet like with a clap. Like, I mean, it's like
and
insane.
Then Dave said, Jeff, you're lucky, as in, he was able to, over time, get the VHSs for the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Jeff said, hey, Enosh, what is your favorite Transformer?
I know this might seem cliche.
Optimus Prime.
I mean, it's going to be cliche, but I mean, obviously, I love Optimus, right? I mean, Optimus was every kid's hero as a kid.
Plus, I loved his voice.
Autobots, transform and roll out. I used to like when he said, Ironhide.
Yeah.
Ironhide. Aw, she went in her cage. So obviously I love Optimus, but I'll be honest with you. So I mean, I love Megatron, original old OG Megatron, right? Like, not whatever.
Like you were saying Megalodon, like Megatron.
I know. I love Megalodon. I love Megalodon too. I love the idea that Megalodon might still be around. I mean, I wouldn't want to be swimming around when Megalodon was around.
Megatron's woman Meg?
Shut up, Meg. So I love it. But Soundwave was always like one of those characters, and I just realized like I've got 3 Soundwaves now.
Oh my God.
I got 3 Soundwaves because I had an original Soundwave from when I was a kid. I couldn't find it for like 2 years, and then I found grabbing my leg, and then I found one for like 50 cents, but it didn't have the front loader thing, so I got to get the front loader thing. And then I just bought the new reissue one for $13. Oh my gosh!
That's why I was squeezing your leg.
Thank you, Jesus! Holy cow!
From Andrew.
Andrew! Brother Andrew!
What's your favorite song?
This is something you don't see every day. Hold on a second.
What does he wear?
Holy cow!
Oh my gosh, you're lucky.
Okay, hold on.
This is what happens when you give this much in Super Chat.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow!
Dave
This
said
is-
holy hundo. Matt Lando said Andrew. Awesome.
Man, Andrew!
Hey, this is what you do at your concerts.
I know. There's this guy in the stream.
Singing.
He's so nice to you and me.
And the dogs.
And the dogs. And I didn't know what was coming down. And now I do. And I gotta make this sound. I said, Andrew. Oh, I gave 100, it's true. I said, Andrew. Green Day?
That's what it sounded like.
Do you have the time?
Jeff said, I can't top that. Aw, Andrew says you guys deserve it.
Oh my gosh, man. Andrew.
Even Darth Tasty said, wow, Andrew, with like 5 exclamation points. And Darth Tasty even said, I know I said it the last time I gave on Super Chats, but it's the best time I've ever spent. That was Darth Tasty.
Wow. I am in shock, Andrew. Seriously.
Well, I noticed we were talking.
Andrew!
I noticed the color. I'm like, that's a new color.
That's a new color. That's a completely different color scheme. That's like
It's a horse of a different color.
that's red hot. Oh my gosh.
He's over here like, scratch my shaved belly.
Oh my gosh, man. That's wow.
Jeff says you guys rock.
That's unbelievable. That is just like
That's being fantery. Doris says waiting to see that sermon you're going to get for that 100 LOL.
man. Brother Andrew, you are a blessing. No lies, no jokes, nothing in between. All of you are a blessing. That is, oh my gosh. Guys, I am so humble. I don't even know what to say.
I know, no.
That is...
The fact that he made you speechless is new.
That is totally unexpected. I mean, we don't ever expect anybody to feel like you got to give nothing. I mean, we try to acknowledge everyone. I mean, there are some channels, they won't even acknowledge you, I know, unless you give them something. But that right there is... Man, that is just... That's humbling. And that is very much appreciated. That's... wow.
Started as a Stargirl live stream and turned into something totally different. Andrew said, a lot of love for you guys from Alabama. You guys are a part of my everyday life.
Well, we're so glad to have you guys. I tell you what, Andrew, that's, man, all of you guys, like, that's...
So it sounds like the live streams, the videos, everything that we do, if we're a part of his everyday life, that means he must be watching videos all the time that you post.
Yeah, he comments on them, man. He was, what was it, Andrew, I know, posted today about, posted twice, so he saw, what was it, I see it, I don't have my phone. Posted today on the, I want to say it was the, it was one of the old Star Wars ones that we did. Oh, it was the Rise of Skywalker. Because he was talking about...
Jeff says I agree.
What's that?
Jeff says I agree.
Oh, well, thank you guys. We're so glad that you guys enjoy what we do. I'll tell you what, you know, the fact that you guys tune in and you watch the channel and everything, it's like, man, it just makes it so worth it. You guys are just awesome. You guys are really awesome. I mean,
We look forward to the shows that we do live streams just as much as we look forward to knowing we get to talk to everybody.
Absolutely. That's why I love doing live streams and just talking to people, because we get to know you guys. And it's one of the big things too that I've really enjoyed about doing these with the new software, where like when we were using Zoom and then now we're using StreamYard, where it makes it a little bit...
I love StreamYard so much better.
Yeah, where it makes it a little bit easier and it looks cooler too. But hopefully I can get I got to get the camera set up where it's like I said, HD. But regardless, like, it's cool because to actually get to talk to you guys, you know, because, you know, I mean, this is cool. We get to read your comments and stuff, but it's so cool when you guys get to come in there and actually talk to us and have those conversations and tell us, you know, what you guys are into. So that's just absolutely fantastic. That's just great. And I tell you what, that's awesome because you know, like somebody told me a few weeks ago, because I did the videos about Jody's Corner or whatever, and they got people, you know, giving $100 here, you know, $50 there, whatever, and somebody said, yo, you're just jealous of them. I'm like, I'm not jealous of them at all. We got great people. Like I'm not jealous of anybody just because somebody's throwing cash at people. Like it just, I mean, because I go to websites.
Gavin says you've frozen.
Oh, let's see what we got. That's why.
Andrew says y'all froze. Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Plug this in.
He's frozen, but not like Olaf.
Let it go. Let it go.
Try to take your ascot off, or apparently you still want to wear it. Okay.
Yeah. No. What was I saying? Oh no. So I go to I watch like other live streams and stuff, and like on Jody's Corner, and like somebody was telling me because I made the video that I made about Jody's Corner that like, they were like, oh, you're just jealous of Jody's Corner or whatever because they're giving money and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I really am not. You can fool anybody into doing anything. But you guys, I always say that we have the best, and I mean it. Like, I seriously mean it. Like, now that we just went over 9,000 subscribers and stuff, but the thing is I've said it a lot. Like, you got people like Doomkook, who, like, he literally starts off every video, make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube drops subscribers every day. And I'm like,
no, the subscribers drop you is what it is.
yeah, I think the people are just kind of dropping you there, buddy. Because I've never seen some massive drop in our subscribers, and it just goes to show that our subscribers are real, and that and you know what I love? I love the fact that it comes in waves. Like everybody who's a part of the channel, like they're here for different things. Like when I do the live streams and stuff, and we do these live streams, right? So it's like it's always a different wave of people. So it shows you that like there's all these different people who are watching at different times. There's people watching overseas. There's people. There's Gavin over there in England and a few others in England. And actually, the guy who does who's doing the Heir to the Empire animations is from the UK. And so I'm going to be interviewing him on Friday, hopefully. So we'll have another interview up, and that's cool. I think that's going to be one that you guys are going to want to see because if you guys love Star Wars and you love the expanded universe and you loved Heir to the Empire, you're going to definitely want to hear what this guy has to say.
Dave says I get notifications even from people I'm not sub to. And then Darth Tasty said, Doom Croc of Wookiee and Harley Poop.
So I just so I just always say that like we just have awesome subscribers. I really do. Like I really believe that is that we just have the greatest subscribers ever, man. It seems like when people come in here, they become our friends. Mm-hmm. They really do. Like it's people like we recognize you guys by name and everything and so that's just fantastic. And and the interactions that we have is just so much fun. And man, I'm just humbled that I'm humbled that anybody would give us anything. I mean, seriously, like I had somebody when I was on Lightcast, when I was on his show, he's like, I caught one of because he caught one of our Stargirl things, and he's like, ironically, he caught one of the Stargirl things, and he was like, so like I came on there and like you were sitting on the couch, and I was like, well, this is different, like and it's like. This is what we do. We just do different stuff than I guess other people are doing.
Jeff was also saying excited for Obi-Wan. Darth said me too, Jeff, but they postponed it. Probably not coming out till 21 or 22. Yeah. Jeff said, sucks.
Yeah.
So they were talking about that too.
Yeah, it sucks that stuff has gotten pushed back, man. I just hope that we all as a planet get through this whole thing and we're able to get back to some kind of normalcy, like back to, it was weird. I ran into a friend of mine, so my friend Andy, my other friend Andy, who I played in a band with for 10 years, I ran into his sister today at Best Buy. And we were talking and just like reminiscing about just a bunch of stuff, because she works at the airport. And she was talking about like there's like 2 flights, because like, every time I ever have to fly out of there, she's there and stuff. And so I was like, so how's that going? And she's like, well, there's a flight that goes out at 8 and there's a flight that goes out at noon now. And that's basically it. She goes, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. And I was like, wow. And she goes, yeah. She says, Delta, I guess, just shut down at our airport. Like, I don't know if they're taking a hiatus or what the deal is, but so we were talking though, and it's like we came out of Best Buy, and I just said, because we talked in front of Best Buy for a little while, and I just said, man, who would have thought that like 2020 we'd be sitting here like having to wear masks and and everybody be like freaking out and stuff, but I'll tell you what, it's just crazy out there. I hope you guys are all staying safe. I hope you guys are taking
I
precautions.
feel like a ninja when I put my mask on. I went into Home Depot and I felt like a ninja. I like going to Home Depot just as much as I like going shoe shopping.
You're a ninja from 2020. You're a ninja. I don't know.
There's just too much going on.
There's too much going on, man. Too much going on.
That was the last thing, was Dark Tasty talking about looking at her in the poop.
Well, all right. Well, man, tonight was an eventful night.
Very, very much so.
Wow, you guys made it great. Thanks to everybody who watched along with us. Thank you guys to just everybody who just talks with us about this stuff.
Dark did end up saying, he said, unfortunately, I think this is going to be the new norm. I hope not, but I really don't think the world's ever going to be the same. Gavin says, I really only know about the Arrowverse, Enosh, so you have to teach me on what to watch and get me up to speed.
On TV show, like as far as TV shows, like I don't know about TV shows.
Isaac knows about that stuff.
Yeah,
he's very knowledgeable. We'll have to ask him next week.
I mean,
when he's back.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm trying to think of like what else there is like around like besides the Arrowverse. You know what? If you just want to have some fun and you just want to learn about characters, watch Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. If you can get a hold of that. Honestly, I know there's a lot of people right now who don't like Dean Cain, and they're because of his politics or whatever. And whether or not you agree with Dean Cain or whether or not you disagree with Dean Cain, the point is that he played Superman, and actually that was a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. And actually for the time that it was on, it followed the comics like directly almost. Like stuff that was happening in the comics was happening on the show. Like that's how they ended up getting married. And although it does, I'll give you a spoiler. It ends on a cliffhanger after season. What was it called? It went 4 seasons, and it was supposed to go a 5th season, but there was some issues that happened, and so
a lot of the shows that you're pointing me to have cliffhangers and no endings. Sarah Connor Chronicles, Lois and Clark, Quantum Leap.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
Let's watch some shows that have endings.
Or you know what? Another show. I mean, you got to be in it for the long haul. But if you've never seen Smallville,
yes,
Smallville.
10 seasons of awesome.
Smallville, it was really, really good for its time. But you got to get through the first few seasons of Clark just being in Smallville and learning about his powers and just being like
sparkiness.
And overly in love with Lana Lang. But like once it gets to about like season 5, 6, it really starts to take off. And then season 10 is like, seasons 9 and 10 really give us a lot of stuff that we never saw before. I mean, there's all kinds of characters, DC characters. Stargirl and the JSA is in Smallville.
Zatanna's in Smallville.
Zatanna is on Smallville. But you get the class. I mean, you get Hawkman, you get Dr. Fate, who looked awesome on there.
That was awesome.
You get Dr. Fate, so you get the JSA, you get Stargirl,
Hawkman's cranky.
Yeah, Hawkman is cranky. But there's a lot of good stuff on Smallville, especially seasons 9 and 10. So.
Hunter Iggy said, Poindexter Lounge, have you heard that in the Lightcast channel with Taylor, he said that Justice League Dark live action series or movie has been cast and wait to reveal all you who is the character?
I did hear that. I did hear that. Yeah, Matt's had some really good guests on. On Lightcast. That's the rumor right now, is that that the actual Justice League Dark is just waiting to be announced. Another great possibility is they're talking about Keanu Reeves coming back as Constantine, which would be fantastic, because I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that I really want Keanu Reeves, however I can get him in the DC EU, playing a character, that's what I want. I want Keanu Reeves in the DCEU because Keanu Reeves is somebody that the Marvel Universe has been courting heavily. They want Keanu Reeves in the Marvel Universe.
John Wickness.
And I want Keanu Reeves to be in DC. I think it would give DC.
He was great as Constantine.
Yeah, I think that Keanu Reeves in a DCEU movie, whatever character, if he comes back as Constantine or whether he comes back or whether he comes as a different character,
He would be good as Lobo.
Keanu Reeves as Lobo.
If he was John Wicky looking, I could see him pulling that off, an older Lobo.
No, I wouldn't hate that. He's not big enough though.
No, but well, you saw how beefed up he got in Bill and Ted.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, he's not big enough.
They can beef him up. Well, he got bigger when he was in when he was Neo.
No, not that big though. I mean, like I'll be honest with you, I liked Krypton, and I was glad that they brought Lobo into it. But the guy that they got to play Lobo, his face looked like Lobo, and like the costume looked like Lobo, but his body did not look like Lobo at all. Speaking of people who are having to buff up, so apparently it did go through, and Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan. That movie is actually happening, the Hulk Hogan story. Yeah, because he's talking about this week.
Which is funny that he's from Australia and he's going to play the real American.
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life. Comes crashing down and it hurts. Come. Ah, we gotta get. When it comes.
That's like Peter Griffin.
I know. Gee, there it is.
There it is. Hey.
When it comes.
Hunter Iggy says Poindexter Lounge. Keanu Reeves reminds me as Spectre.
Ooh.
That would be good.
Ooh.
Especially with his age, that would work well.
Yeah, he would make a good
Really
Spectre.
good idea, Hunter.
That is a good one.
Jeff says, I did not know that Amazon. Or I did not know that. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward though to see, because like that was a rumor that movie was gonna get up, and so apparently that movie, the Hulk Hogan movie, is actually happening, and so.
Who's playing Macho Man?
I don't know.
Bring back Slim Jims.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they cast other people though, right, as wrestlers, right? Like do they show, because if it's Hulk Hogan's story, they're gonna have to show classic matches like Andre the Giant, right? I mean, at WrestleMania 3.
Couldn't you use though like Big Show like with an afro?
You could, yeah, and that's probably what they'll do. That's interesting though enough that you mentioned that, because like when Big Show first came up, that he was called the Giant, and they billed him as Andre the Giant's son.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you could do things like, well, the only thing that's sad though is you've got people like Roddy Piper that are gone now, and so is Macho Man, and so is Ultimate Warrior, and all those people. But you could find some people that would do well. Bring CM Punk as someone.
Well, CM Punk probably just wouldn't fit in though, because CM Punk isn't big enough.
I
Isn't
know.
big like those old wrestlers
Yeah.
were for that era. But man, yeah, I wonder what they're gonna show as far as in-ring stuff of Hulk Hogan.
Darth Tasty said, well, you hurt my friends and you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. Jeff said Ultimate Warrior.
Oh.
Hunter says Poindexter Lounge. One more thing. Don't forget the Zatanna and Raven movie WB wants to develop.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that's what we were kind of talking about. So, like, I just feel that they kind of need to wait on the Zatanna movie. I feel like
That's what you think.
That's my personal thoughts. Just because I feel like they need, if they do a Justice League Dark movie that has Zatanna in it.
Gavin said Macho Man.
Ooh, yeah.
Cream rises.
The cream rises to the top, yeah. Ooh, inside, outside, upside, downside. Doesn't matter to the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Dig it!
Is it funny that when Isaac graduated this year, that 2 reasons pomp and circumstance made me tear up was one because it reminded me of my own graduation. That's what pomp and circumstance does. But then I was like, where's Macho Man? I was waiting for Macho Man to come out with his hands up and spinning, turning around.
So Ultimate Warrior, I do know that.
Darth says Keanu Reeves is Macho Man Randy Savage.
So he'd be like, whoa.
Who's going to play as Miss Elizabeth?
Just mention Ultimate Warrior coming down.
Darth Tasty says it's the whole movie going to be nothing but brother.
If they're smart, then I'll have to sue them. Because that was my idea. Brother, dude.
Jeff says, so this is like a modern day No Holds Barred.
That's a movie right there. That is a movie right there and a half.
Well, it's funny though that just the stuff
I need to watch that
back
movie.
in the day.
Yeah.
Because you and I went to go see that movie about the $1 Million Man.
Oh yeah. There's
That
a cool documentary about the $1 Million Man.
We thought, oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to hear about. I ended up tearing up really bad at the end of that movie.
$1 Million Man is a man of faith.
Oh my gosh.
And he shares.
Well, he's Pastor DiBiase now.
Yeah, he's Pastor DiBiase now, and he shares like.
He's got an awesome ministry that needs to come to our church when there's not a COVID problem.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome. So awesome. Because Sting is a believer.
Mm-hmm.
Macho, well, not Macho Man.
Sorry, go ahead. It's getting late.
Then I saw that movie. Now Sting's a believer. No, Sting's a believer. Ted DiBiase's a believer. There's a bunch of guys who are believers.
Gavin says I watch all the old school WWF on a YouTube channel, and then Darth Tasty said the $1 Million Man is actually in legal trouble for misusing funds from the church.
You're right. I did see that. Well, but actually, if I read right, it wasn't Ted Sr. From what I read,
Jr.?
it was Ted Jr. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. So you could be completely right. But I thought that I saw that it was his son that mishandled the stuff. That it wasn't actually him. That it was his son. Like I said, I could be wrong.
I still think that
He didn't actually have a church though. So he
it's
was
a ministry.
Yeah. So he was. So just to clear that up, Ted DiBiase was not like actually a pastor. He was a minister, and they went around and so he didn't actually take money from a church. What they did was they would go to churches and they would put on wrestling events. So they had like all these guys who would get together, and so what they would do is like during the day they would go into public schools, and they can't share their faith in a public school. So they would do these wrestling events at public schools where, because obviously wrestling tells a story, and you'd have the heels and the faces, and so they would tell a story that in the end they would invite the kids to come to the big event that they would do where whatever church or wherever they were, and so then they do an event there, and so that was a ministry supposedly where like he came to a friend. He came to a friend.
And Andrew says, were you ever a fan of Goldberg?
Okay, hold on just a second, guys, because this is going to probably freeze up for just a second because I just need to make sure that this is plugged in because I don't think that it's getting power. I think that's why we...
So Gavin said, you frozen again,
Yep, give me just a second here.
Darth Tasty said the finger poke of doom.
Right? I think I know what it is. This plug gets squirrely sometimes.
Zeberfett just said, "What's up, Enosh?"
What's up, Zeberfett? I was talking about him earlier.
Andrew said, "Were you ever a fan of Goldberg?" Darth Tasty said,
"What's up, Zeberfett?"
I can't believe that they let Kevin Nash beat Goldberg.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Goldberg, especially back in the day. I was actually excited when they brought him back not too long ago, but...
I was a big fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but fun fact, my maiden last name was Austin, so it was a twofer when we could get the t-shirt that said Austin 316.
So, Zeberfett, I was just talking about you earlier, man. I was telling everybody about your channel, and I was telling everybody to go...
Zeberfett, I said I tried to hold out until after your review of Stargirl.
Oh... Yeah. So I was just telling everybody to go visit your channel. Zeberfett put out a video today, which I thought was pretty cool.
Says I'm going to review it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So Zeberfett put out a cool...
I like the picture of his...
Yeah, I dig his icon too. And so he put out a thing today where he sang Country Roads. Yeah. Country roads take me home. I won't take his thing. To the place I belong. But he did it where it's like it's all him. Yeah. It's all him, and he did it like Brady Bunch style, right? Where he's like doing all the different parts and stuff.
Oh wow.
My favorite is just him with a shaker.
That's like when you did If I Had $1 Million with yourself.
Yes, I did a whole thing where I did it live, where I recorded myself talking to myself. It was kind of weird.
Andrew said, "Don't remind me, Darth. That was a bad idea when Kevin Nash beat Goldberg."
I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? If I had $1 million, I'd buy you love. If I had $1 million, we wouldn't have to go to the store. If I had $1 million, we'd take a limousine 'cause it costs more. If I had $1 million, I'd be rich.
What's up, Alan? He said hello, Enosh.
What's up, Alan? What's up, Alan? Hey, but yeah, go check out Zeberfett, guys. He does a lot of really great, cool stuff that I think that you guys will really like. From
Zeberfett said, "LOL, had to improvise. I was shaking a can of salt."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And RKDS123 says hi.
What's up, RKS? Was it RKS 123?
RKDS.
RKDS
123.
123. What's up? But yeah, go check out.
Unless that means our kids. I don't know.
That might be what it is, Tiff.
It's late for me. My brain hurts from my day at work, and I have to go back to that conundrum of a day.
She's my lady.
And it means I'm on call tomorrow.
And I am your man. Whenever I forget something.
Alan says if I had $1 million, at least I could visit you guys for a
Aw,
while.
that's so super sweet. But yeah, as I've been trying to say, go visit Zeberfett's channel. He's got a great channel. He talks about a lot of cool stuff, and it's cool. So should we, like, I know we were doing, speaking of our review of the episode, we were doing our review of the episode, and then somewhere along the line, everybody started giving super chats, and we totally like went off left field. I grabbed a guitar. $160 some later, we're like in total shock, and I think we forgot what we were even doing. So what did you think of the episode? 2 hours later.
2 hours
later.
Zeberfett said, "Oh, thanks, Enosh."
Oh man,
Jeff
absolutely.
Felty put this in.
And I'm serious. I want to do like a video with you, man, where like you and I like talk about something from one fet to another.
Fat squared.
Fet squared.
I thought it was actually a great episode.
Yeah.
I thought
we broke it down, but
I know, and I thought it was done really well. I liked, there's things that I didn't like, but there was a lot more that I did like. I liked that they're just, they're showing that the differences of the young JSA, but how they're learning how to come together because, You saw the guy with, grab his necklace of, like, I can turn this over for an hour and I can just, go beat
Yeah,
people's
just
butts.
go do it, yeah.
Where it's like, she's even saying, I actually care about you. I'm trying to come up with a plan. And you can see them trying to work together. And they're doing this in the midst of Courtney not being there because she was out of commission because of being in the hospital. And then, you had the good girl versus bad girl. She's dealing with her father. You're getting backstory. So I just thought there was a whole lots of tids and bits going on throughout the episode.
Tids and bits.
Yes. So
Tids and bits and bits and tids. That's what you want for breakfast. Tids and bits and bits and tids.
Okay, so I would give it probably about an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5.
Zebrafet said Pythagorean theorem, or Pythagorean fat. No spoilers, I felt that would buy y'all. Alan said, how are you, wonderful couple, doing?
We're doing good.
Andrew said, gotta head out, guys. Y'all have a good night. Always enjoy y'all's entertainment.
Andrew, you're awesome, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone.
And then Darth Tasty said, I'm subscriber number 150, Zebrafet. Do I win anything, LOL? Okay.
So I loved the episode. Like I said, there were some things in it, as you said, that,
You had more things that you didn't like than I didn't. But
I did, just because I'm glad. I feel like they corrected some of the things some of the concerns that I had before.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to correct. There's a couple other things that I want to see corrected, but
Maybe
I think
they will in the next couple
But
episodes.
I think they're going in a good direction, and so I'm actually.
And you got to see Brainwave's son kind of realizing his power in the midst of some crazy migraines.
No, it was a good episode, so I'm going to give it a 9. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a good episode. Like I said, it wasn't perfect, but it was a good episode, and it kept me like engaged the entire time, and I thought it was good.
Gavin said now Stargirl is only CW next season.
Yep.
Do you think we'll get 22 episodes like the other shows? And Darth Tasty said, I think it's a summer show, Gavin.
I think it's because it got picked up for a second season. First seasons are usually, just like we're rewatching Sarah Connor Chronicles. The first season was like a 12, 13 episode season. That's usually how those go because it's a.
They're testing the waters. They're trying to see if it works, and then if it works, they usually give you a full 22.
Yeah. So I'm sure that by the time it comes back, if this is a big if because they redid it, but if they're able to bring it on and be able to shoot it, because you got to be able to shoot this stuff, and
unless they do it all indoors and on a set where they can like sanitize it between takes.
I know
it's just crazy.
But anyways, yeah. So I think it'll get the full treatment. I think that's the whole point of bringing it back for a second season is it gets a full treatment. It gets a full season. So, and then after that, it'll be interesting to see how it changes once it's completely on the CW. Going through. Are we good?
Sure, I got everybody. Yep.
All right. Well, folks.
And then Gavin says, why does Legends not get 22 episodes?
Well,
they also came in after Crisis because of everything going on, so they got a lesser season.
Yeah, this season also, The Flash only got 19 episodes. So...
Jeff said, enjoyed the show. Thanks for the best. Made my evening.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thanks, you're the best. You made it.
Aw, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for all your support, as always. We just love being with you guys here live and talking, and we hope that you feel that you're part of our nerd family because that's why we call you our nerd family.
This is the only time, or the only kind of show where we start it as an hour watch show and it turns into 3 hours just nerding out.
That little hiccup there that most people who play that song, they get that wrong. Anyways, we just love hanging out with you guys. We have fun with you guys, and we're glad that you guys have fun with us. So
Alan says, keeping you. Without you, YouTube would be dull.
Aw, thank you guys. And hey, the best thing that you guys can do is share the video. Share the video on your social media or whatever. Share videos on your social media that we do, and let people know that we're here. You know, I always get a smile on my face when I see a tweet that's got us tagged in it or whatever, and it's like, hey, go check out the Poindexter Lounge, or I see a post on Facebook that says, go check out the Poindexter Lounge, or Instagram or something. And that's the best compliment that we could possibly get, because that's what gets people interested and they go, oh, hey, there's a
Post
place for
this
nerds.
video, and then everyone can see you preaching over super chats.
There you go. There you go. For sure. So, guys, until next time, same bat time, same bat channel. In about an hour and a half, I'll be back doing a call-in show probably. But if I get other videos done, I don't know. I might not be able to do one tonight.
Because I has to get sleep.
I might not be able to do one tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to try to get one done, but I got to fix this camera issue.
I still have work, and I'm on call tomorrow.
I got to fix this camera issue. So if I can fix the camera issue and get back on, and then there's 2 videos that I got to shoot for sure and get those done, because those were part of the videos that I was trying to get put out, and they kept messing up. So hopefully I get those done. But otherwise, same bat time, same bat channel.
Going through her rawhide roll that I gave her.
Sing with me. Poindexter.
She's singing in a Batman.
Poindexter. 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 Na 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 na. Poindexter. Hey, quality entertainment.
Jeff says a place for nerds.
A place for nerds. Quality entertainment. That's what you get right here. You can't even buy this stuff.
When someone gives a hundo for a super chat, you pull out the guitar.
Oh my gosh.
And have a little mini.
Oh my gosh. I was too much in shock to even do that. Like, I don't even think I did that justice. Like, I'm in shock. But hey, Cylon Scotty, congratulations. DVD's coming your way. Guys, look for another giveaway here coming up.
Darth said, have a great night. See you in about an hour and a half if you do come on.
All right.
He's going to do more whippets before he
Whippets?
does his videos.
For the 100? For the 100? Oh, I got the last little bit.
Woo!
That's always nasty. All right.
On that note.
Thank you all. You guys have been awesome tonight. You guys made our night. This has been fantastic. All right. We'll see you shortly.
Some of us.
Say goodnight, Tiff.
Good night, Tiff.